Sup, nerds? Welcome to the Omni4Game podcast. I am Sean, and I'm joined with Chris and Brandon as always. And today's episode 25.
All right, sup, guys? Today's Omni4Game recap. We go over our locals as always. We talk about the worlds and how there was some controversy involved. We talk about SetCon and how it gets a lot of hate. We talk about the weekly reveals as always, and we go over your guys' comment questions. So if you guys like this podcast, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next week.
All right, locals recap. I'll go first since I am sure I did the worst out of us three. I played Blackwood Greymon X and started off pretty well. Ended up drawing against Alliance round one. Our first game took quite a while, and then game two we ended up turning into a grind, and then we only had like 5-ish minutes for game three. So that ended 1-1-1, and then round two I played against Mirage with Brandon, and viciously 2-0'd him because he forgot what Blackwood Greymon X did.
It's all my own fault.
Yep.
To be fair, I don't think I could have played out of it.
I don't think
we went back and thought about it, but
yeah, I don't think you could have either. I think like the only thing you could have done was not promote, but obviously I think you just lose if you do that.
No. Wait till the video's uploaded, and then the comment section will let you know how you messed up, Brandon, like they always do.
They'll say I'm some kind of big dummy head.
You played around one effect, you just forgot the other one.
Yeah, I was like, oh hey, I have the level 5 I need to make it to where he can't redirect my attack. Cool,
yeah, when you did that, I was like, oh dang, I can't redirect it. It'll be a shame when he evos into Mirage and unsuspends himself.
Alright, unsuspend?
I was like, all right, any other effects? No? Okay, blow him up.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yep. You still kept me from winning for like a couple turns after that, surprisingly.
I was trying. I was fighting for my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's always scary when your opponent's like, okay, any other effects? And you're, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I was like, you all done? Okay, he dies.
Yeah, I did that to Caleb. We'll talk about it.
I played against, speaking of Caleb, Grace Nova piloted by Caleb round 3. He never had a chance to go into Grace. Both games, he just evoed up into a level 6 and either swung at my security. I think he went into Apollo 2 times and Diana once over the course of 2 games. And all 3 times I immediately answered it, and he was just completely reset, and like he never had a shot at going into Grace. The game was easy collapse. Then I played against Chris piloting Leviamon round 4. Won game 1 pretty easily, if I remember correctly. And game 2 was smooth sailing for a while, and then Chris's security just blew me out. Mm-hmm. And then game 3, same situation. I got blown out by his security bombs.
Couple misplays on my part by there. I did not deserve to win that match.
Yeah, so Chris's security won the match 2-1. And then I played against Bloom round 5. And game 1 was going actually pretty well. I had a Blackwood Greymon X on the field for like 2 turns. Got him down to 1 security, and then he promoted and Quantumoned me. And from that point on, I just couldn't recover. Because unfortunately I don't have any protection from Quantumon. And also drew kind of awkward hands, but I lost that match 0-2, ended up I like bubbled out into 5th. If I had beaten Chris, I think I would have mathematically had to have come in first, no matter what happened round 5. But sadly I got bumped all the way down to 5.
Yeah, we had a bit of a small turnout this week because it stormed pretty heavily in our area.
Dude,
I feel like a lot of people just didn't want to make it through that.
There was a point when I was like about to go over the causeway where it was raining so hard I could barely see.
Yeah.
And I considered stopping, but I was like, maybe it'll lighten up a little bit down the road, and thankfully it did.
Yeah, it did.
Digimon doesn't sleep, okay?
It doesn't, dude. I was making that drive. Like, I was only going to stop for a few minutes. I was going to make it.
So we did a round robin tournament this week, which is why we had 5 rounds, because there was only 6 of us. So that's why we just went ahead and did that. It was fun.
It was. I like round robins, although last night did feel like a grind because we went into turns every single round. Shout out Ben.
Shout out Ben.
No, I helped with that a little bit too, unfortunately.
I don't see how, dude. You're playing a deck that should win quickly.
Well,
Is it just from you reading your cards?
Yeah.
It was just me. Okay, so like Sean said, I was playing Leviamon, and I really wanted to make sure I wasn't missing any of my effects or anything like that. Which, of course, I think my worst round was against Sean when I started missing everything.
I made the mistake of just looking at my hand, thinking about my next turn, and I look up and he's missed like 3 things that I have to go back and fix.
Missed so much. The Waru Siegramon got me the most last night. I think every round but Sean's, I made sure not to miss the when a Digimon is, the on deletion gain of memory. I missed that a bunch, or like mega against Sean. And then I continuously kept switching the attack target into a Digimon I was blowing up, so I would be missing my attack. I did that, I think, 3 times last night.
Did it once versus me.
Yep. I kept doing it. I don't know why. I just see the piercing as the inheritable. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna pierce through them. And then, as soon as I digivolve into the Levi X, I'm like, oh damn it! I'm like, it's blowing it up.
It's dead.
So, yeah. Like I know not to do it, but I kept doing it. Like I don't know. I think I was just too worried about like making sure I wasn't missing stuff when I was playing the deck well, that I was actually kind of playing not slow, but I was actually trying to think stuff out, like making sure I know what I'm discarding and stuff. So I think once I was a little bit more comfortable with the deck, it went by a little bit faster. Round 1, I played against Mel's Bloom Lord. We ended up tying. Now, I don't want to put all the blame on myself on that one.
I wouldn't.
Mel has played that deck since it's come out. I feel like Mel should be able to autopilot that deck.
I agree.
Mel still kind of takes time doing everything, which, okay, is fine. It's got a lot of moving pieces, too. You play Digimon and suspend it. So I guess not really that many.
It's the fact that Mel's been playing it since BT10, he should be able to play it quicker than that. Like, there were several turns that we were playing last night where some of his turns were like 4 minutes, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, this isn't that complicated.
Yeah, especially when I see the HPD come down, I'm like, dude, come on, here.
You've had that?
Come on. Yeah, you've had that. I think I got game 1. He had this crazy board, and this just shows how strong Levi can be. He had this absolutely nutty board. He had like a Bloom Lord, a Quanta, and like 2 other Digimon. And I just viciously blew up all the Digimon. Like 1 turn, left him at like 1 memory. It was crazy. It was like probably the best play I had all night. Blew up all his Digimon and then won that game. And then game 2, he just opened up so quick, and our game 1 just lasted so long. Because I was like basically fighting back, like I said, he had like Bloom and Quanta, so I'm like down to 1 security. Like I've ruin mode him already, which stalled, helped stall for a turn or 2, and then I just eventually am able to battle back and win that game because he just ran out of resources. Game 2. He just opened up really quick, was able to get a couple attacks in. He ends up winning that game, and then by then we're starting game 3. It's turns, so it was a tie. The funniest part about that entire match, though, was when I had a biting crush on the board, and he digivolves into Sunflower. And I'm like, and he goes, Sunflower effect, play this. I go, and he goes. And I go, any other effects? And he goes, no, why? And I go,
thank you.
Levia, my turn? Because he was at 1 memory. I was like, my turn? You blow up both, gain 2 memory. So and then he's like,
there's a face-up biting crush on the field with Leviamon and Trash. Jeez, it must be nice. The best feeling. And then we had this really funny interaction where I was talking to myself, because I do that a lot when I'm really thinking. Like I'm talking like different plays out. And I was thinking, okay, he plays Lily Ace. If I attack here, like, and I'm saying it.
How does that punish
he starts
me?
doing this thing. He starts doing that thing with his hand, and he's like, looks like he's like holding on to the Lily Ace, and I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm just like, okay, if he has it, he has it, whatever. So like I start doing my play, and I end up doing my stuff, and then later on after the tournament, or at least like towards the end of the turn, he comes up to me, he's like, yeah, I was bluffing that Lily Ace, I didn't really have it. I'm like, okay, like, so what? It didn't change my play. I was gonna try and play around it whether you had it or not, just in case. That's just the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, get out of here. So yeah, that was round one. Round two, I played against Ben, who was playing Alliance or Rapidmon, as he likes to call it. We also went into time and drew. That one was more of like, I know Ben's played the deck, but like I think it's different going from like the simulator. It's like actual cards.
It
You know,
is,
like
and that deck is very grindy. Like its win
yeah,
condition is not quick.
yeah. So that one took us a little while. I don't remember exactly how it all went down. That one was kind of a blur. I think I just rushed him down really quick with Levias and just ended up winning. And then he ended up doing kind of the same. I think I opened up pretty poorly. We tried to do a game three, and if we would have played that entire game three, I definitely would have lost. Like Sean saw my hand. Obviously, I would have mulliganed, but yeah, we just were like, oh, let's see how quick we can do it. You know, we can both like
You guys
if
had
one of
like
us
a
opens up.
minute, I think.
Yeah. If one of us opens up optimally, you know, we might be able to do it, but we weren't. He definitely would have won that game if we would have kept playing, though.
Yeah.
Um, the armor purges on his rapid mons are kind of like not a hard counter, but they definitely hurt the matchup because the biting crush and the seventh lightning aren't killing them.
Yeah.
They can just go up into another rapid mon. So that was unfortunate, but we ended up tying that game. Round three is when I played against Brandon. He was playing Mirage, and Mirage is kind of, I don't want to say like a hard counter because they will just die to like a Biting Crusher or Seventh Lightning in security. But, you know, you don't want to just be like, oh, I can win this matchup because this will be in my security. You have no guarantee what's going to be in there. You have no idea. So you don't want to just hope on that. But like Levia is very reactive in the fact that, you know, you're trying to blow up their stuff and like, you know, summon the Leviamon through Biting Crush or, you know, Levia X and stuff. So
And Mirage just
if
has
he opens
Mirage just has the option to either be an interactive or an uninteractive deck.
yeah, so there were definitely turns where like I would blow up his stack and everything, but then he would just full moon my cards back to my hand and then just he's already got another stack ready to go to kill me. So he won that one pretty handily. I'm pretty sure if someone watches back that gameplay though, there's something he could have done better.
Yeah, probably.
Was that one recorded?
No.
Okay.
No.
Round
You
four
got
was
the
against
the
Sean.
gameplay of me versus Caleb.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So round four, I played against Sean and Black War Greymon, and like he said, he pretty sure handily won round one because the Guilemon got in like a bunch of checks, like unchecked at all. Like the problem is like, oh, my Levias are 13 and 14. Normally that'd be like pretty big, but for like Agumon decks, it's just kind of like no. I'm like
small boy.
like 21. I'm like 21k, man.
Yeah.
So he got it pretty handily game one, and then this is definitely where I played the sloppiest all night was against Sean. I just was missing a bunch of stuff at this point. Like playing the purple, my deck is melting, trying to do all this thinking and stuff. So I missed a bunch of stuff, and then my security bailed me out the next two games straight. Like there was one, I think there was one check you were swinging for like two or three checks. It hit a biting crush. You're like, okay. I did. Of course, I discard something so it stays on the board, and then like the next check also like a seventh lightning. So and you only had like what one protection, and it just killed your whole stack without me having to do anything.
Yeah, that was a Guilemon stack that I swung at you, I think. And then there was another. This was game 3 for sure. I swung at you for one check with Black War X.
That's right.
And hit a Biting Crush. You got rid of its protection because it was the Greymon X from BT11's protection, so I only had one layer and I was passing turn. And then I rebooted, trashed the top card of security, and it was a Leviamon. And you didn't have Leviamon and trash it, and I was like, cool.
That's right. And then I think I promoted the Gabumon. Promoted like the Gabumon, gained a memory, digivolved into Octomon, played out the Levia, and then blew it up. Okay. Yeah, so there was that. So yeah, I got bailed out by security in that game. And then the final round was against Caleb. Grace Nova has no protection against anything. Well, I get Grace Nova does.
Grace does.
Like,
the rest of the deck doesn't.
Well, Grace Nova doesn't have protection against Leviamon, unfortunately.
Unless they have he should have played around and just had a second body the whole time, but I guess he didn't think to.
Yeah. He actually
it is a niche ruling that I don't think is going to come up often, where cards have multiple actions.
I mean, if I was playing Grace against Levia, that would be my goal.
Yeah. I kind of beat him pretty bad game one. I think I like rookie rushed him down because I just wasn't seeing like the top end. And then eventually saw it, and it was just like a blowout by then. And then I kept blowing up his tamers too with Levi X. Like that's real nice. Like he kind of needs those cards. And then game two, I I attacked. I kind of what happened against me and Sean happened to me this time, where I had attacked his security, and I only had the Levi X on the board, and I'd hit his like option card, that like what is it, Prominence or something like that.
Phoebus Blow.
Phoebus Blow, okay, and it would blow up my Levi X like on the first check, and that happened like 2 or 3 times where he would just die to the first like. I end up like going into another Levi X, and it's like, oh, Grace Nova. And it's like, okay. So that happened to game 2. And then he eventually goes into the Grace Nova. And he's feeling good. He's like, whole combo. He did the whole thing. He did the restacking, the Digivolving for cheap, the tap the red tamer, Digivolve for free, the whole thing. And I'm like, oh, that's a pretty nice Grace Nova. And he's like, okay, your turn at 3 memory. I go,
Mistake.
This would be real unfortunate for you, Caleb. I'm sorry, but this is how this works. Hard drop the Levia. And he's probably thinking, oh my god, he's giving me like 10 memory. I'm good. I go, Levia effect. Target the Grace Nova, and he starts looking at his sources to detach, and I go, target the Grace Nova again, interrupt it, I'm like, it just dies now, Caleb. And his brain must be melted because he didn't even question it. He goes, is that how that works? I go, yeah, you can't save yourself twice from it.
He's just a trusting player.
Yeah, because he knows I'm not gonna lie to him. But like, if someone was like, so he just picks up his stack and puts it off, and I go 9 memory, and then he's sitting there, he has nothing in raising.
Well,
he's looking at his hand, and he's just like, did I just lose from here?
You did that to me a couple of times in our match, and it never felt good, even though I got like 9 memory out of it.
So unfortunately,
it's just real painful.
Yeah, brutally 2-0'd Caleb, unfortunate. Grace Nova seems like a fun deck, but that's what it is a fun deck.
Yeah.
He womboed me, like, each time he went into a mega, he did, like, the full, like, Evo into the level 4, Tuck, Evo into level 4, Evo into level 5, Activate Tamer, Evo into level 5, and all that stuff. And just would Evo into Apollo, and, like, blitz up my security for 3 checks, and then I would just immediately
promote. Die.
I would promote and just kill it.
Oh, his Apollo died a bunch when he would do that. He kept doing it. I'm like, dude, just stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
Got to kill you somehow.
So yeah, I ended up in 4th, even though I definitely feel like I should have got 3rd because my opponents I think my opponents win percentages were more. I know, freaking Mel. Mel ended up in 3rd, unfortunately.
So through pure luck of the tiebreakers, I got 1st, which is hilarious because the person in 2nd, Ben, technically speaking, never had a loss.
He went undefeated.
Yeah, he went undefeated, but because of his points and how his tiebreakers worked, I bubbled above him. So my record.
I just don't understand how I would tie, how I tied, and that's only 1 point. I just don't get that.
I just don't get it. I don't know, man.
Don't get it.
I don't tell you, man. It's a inside joke from our locals. So I ended up X2. Ben ended up what was it, 3? No, it was 203.
Yeah, 203 was how Ben went.
So I think because I had the 3 wins, maybe that helped.
You had more points than him. That's the math.
No, we both had 9. Think about it. He had 2 wins, which is 6 points, and 3 ties. That's 9 points. It's
probably your game win percentage then, since
I don't know. Probably. Whatever. I didn't memorize the percentages. I just saw I got 1st and was like, oh hey. So round 1, I played against Caleb. That match.
I think it was your games won against his, because think about it, those 3 ties are only 1 win each. If you have 3 wins, they're all 2 wins.
True.
Yeah. True. So round 1, I played against Caleb. I misplayed game 1 because I didn't realize he was playing the option card that deleted lowest on the board.
I didn't either until
so he got to freely clear my Mirage.
When he did that, I go, "What is that card?
Yeah,
what card is that?" I was like, "That's not a real card." Are you telling me all I have to do is have my Leviathan sitting here and then just play this 3 cost and I'm completely
And
good
you're
against
safe.
your 6
You're
cost
kosher.
option?
Kosher from there on.
Yep.
So I misplayed game 1 because I didn't know he had it. Because I did Evo into the Mirage that has evade. It's a one of in the deck. I honestly don't like it, but it did come up in that matchup because I was able to bounce one of his tamers back to his hands and play one of my tamers out, which was cool. But it's like the inferior Mirage. But if I would have left him standing, he couldn't have just outed it like that. So I definitely should have maybe like saved a security check for the next turn and left him standing, and then he couldn't have outed it. But then again, how do you know he's playing removal like that? Like, so I don't know if I can really.
I don't think anyone. I don't think anyone would play that Mirage if they had to.
If we just had a better Mirage, because like we only have
a better second one.
Talking about BT15.
Yeah, we only have 3. Yeah,
dude,
things booty.
I'm looking at the stats from last night's tournament. I didn't realize Caleb went defeated last night.
Oh yeah, he straight donut. Straight donut.
0-2 every match.
Oh man,
Poor Caleb.
Last night when he told Mel, he's like, "Yeah, I guess I'm never playing this deck again." Get the end of the tournament.
Hey, just wait. He'll bring like Alphamon or something like that next week. He'll high roll every one of us again.
Yeah.
He'll get the one of Doru and just absolutely wombo all of us. But yeah, so game 2, Caleb lost to himself. I don't know how else to describe it, but I put Mirage out on the board. Good Mirage
from the car right home.
I remember
this. Mirage. He's sitting on the board. I put him to 1 memory.
BT11 Mirage. Let's make that clear.
No, yeah. BT11 Mirage, the good one. He has his memory setter, so he goes to 3 memory. He promotes Evos into the level 4, does his searching, adds 2 cards to hand, and then he's like, "All right, what do I do now?" And I go, "Cards in hand." He goes, 9. My turn. And he goes, "Oh!" And, he's like rationalizing it with himself, like, it's fine. I got my searches done. I can bounce back. I can do this.
It's not
fine.
fine.
All right, cool. Do my Mirage things, check some security, clear the body off the board. All right, your turn. Go to 3. All right, cool. Draws, hatches, raising area, fireball. Draw 2.
Cards in hand.
Cards in hand? My turn?
Oh, God.
And he literally, I'm pretty sure everybody at the table stopped and was kind of just laughing for like at least a minute. I was dying.
So I was sitting next to you, and I saw the fireball in play with your Mirage on the field. I did not realize that the prior turn before that he had just done it. He had just done it. I thought it was the first time that he had ran face first into that, not the second turn in a row.
Listen, it's just like how Sean says. We all love Caleb here, okay?
We do.
But he has got tunnel vision. He's I'm playing my deck. I don't care what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't know what you got going on over there. I'm doing my stuff.
Tell me when I need to flip my security, okay? That when you're attacking me or whatever. Tell me that. But I'm playing my deck.
You have effects going on.
I'm here playing by myself.
What are those?
Right.
Yeah, so poor Caleb. He just lost that game on the spot right there. Especially because he tells me, for the 2 turns that he did that, he had the option in his hand to clear my Mirage off the board. So if he would have just done that...
Brother!
If he would have just done that... Poor Caleb. Oh my god. So I got a huge kick out of that.
I love him so much.
So after that,
I just know him. He sit there and be like, darn,
Drats. Get him next time.
Spoiled again.
Yeah, I'll get him next time.
So immediately after that, I got my butt absolutely slammed into a wall against Sean. Because I was thinking, okay, Blackboard Greymon, he has the ability to redirect. I should be kosher. I have the level 5 that makes it to where I can't be redirected. It's the whole reason I put it in this deck, because I knew Sean was bringing Blackboard Greymon.
Wow,
we're good.
Wow.
Yeah, we're good.
This guy texts for his metagame.
Well, that and Machine Dramon. If I run into Machine Dramon, it's the best level 5 to have.
I'm just kidding. I do the same thing. I prepare for what I expect.
Yeah.
Ooh, I will say this real quick. I think the thing I like about our locals is nobody ever plays like the same deck. Like, no, like I could
What you trying to
imagine some
say?
locals where it's like, no, like
Brandon played Melga for
coming at
like
me?
2 months.
no, I meant like I could imagine some locals where it's just like, oh, I saw this one security control one worlds, and then everyone brings it.
Oh, you mean like
Everyone would be
everybody's not playing
Yeah,
the same deck?
everybody's
Okay.
net
Yeah, that's what I
decking.
meant. Well, not just that, but like like
Most people do
Mel
switch
has
it up.
Bloom. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Solar plays
We have
Hunter. Like
diversity.
everyone's
We do,
playing.
surprisingly. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do appreciate that. It makes the round robins
I'll
really
bring
fun because you
something-
never play against anything similar.
Yeah.
I bring something different every week. There's always
Yeah.
variety.
I always bring something different as well.
To your detriment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was thinking about the redirect attack skill, and then Evo into Mirage, unsuspend, bounce to security, and then just die.
Yep. You unsuspended, and I said, any other effects? And
And I knew the Uno reverse had been played. Because just prior I said, all right, any other effects to Caleb? All right, my turn. And then in this he goes, any other effects? And I went,
All right, blow him up.
yeah, so I lost super hard.
Nice. Nice.
The security you bounced back to my hand, I told you after the game was,
It was
a Hades
Hades.
Force.
He blew up all my Thomases.
Yeah. And the next turn, I just blew up all of his tamers.
I can't remember, was the redirect game 1 or game 2?
It was game 1. It was the same game. It was. Now that you ask.
No, yeah, because game 2 I actually put up a bit of a fight, and I was staving you off for a bit.
No, I think that was actually game 2, because game 2 you cleared my stack, and gave me 3 memory, and I had a boost, and I hard played level 5
right.
and went up into the Black War X.
Because you top decked the bloody BT11 Gray X.
I don't think I top decked it. I think I had it in my hand.
Wow. Either
But,
way.
yeah, I was able to go up into a Black War X with the 5 memory I had access to, and I think I had a
You had a boost and you had a training.
yeah, I had both of those in play, and you gave me 3 memory, and
So
I was able
you had to give me 5 memory, but it didn't matter because you had this good body on the board.
Yeah, I was hoping I could just redirect you, but then you evoed into level 5, and I was like, okay, well, he's most likely going to unsuspend because he kind of has to here.
Yeah, looking back at it, like I was like, after it happened, I was like, I could have done that better. I could have done this better. I could have done it better. But looking back at it, I think what I had to do to get your hand to 8, which is where it needed to be for me to actually get effects off, is I had to swing.
Yeah.
So I would have been screwed either way. Now, like what I could have potentially done is maybe gone into Mirage and swung with him, whiffing on his unsuspend. Attempt to bounce your security.
You would have checked
hit
the
it with
Hades Force if
burst
you had
mode.
done that. Because you would have evoed into Mirage first and then swung, so you would have bounced the security before the Hades, and you would have checked the Hades when
Yeah,
it swung.
so okay, yeah, I was screwed either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
It ended up not mattering, but it was very funny how it worked out.
Yeah. It felt real bad.
And depends on who you
Game
ask.
3. Yeah, round three. I played against Chris. Yeah, I just popped off on him pretty hard. No bombs and security.
Must be
So
nice,
it was-
dude.
Yeah, I was like, hey,
Can't relate.
I'll take it.
Flip the one of Buka, and I'm like, this guy's cheating as I'm digivolving
Jets.
into the Garu X multiple times.
Yeah, for realsies.
Oh.
So
He bounced into my hand, Sean. He said, all right, bounce the Garu X to your hand. I go,
I literally said, this
Thanks.
feels really bad having to do this,
Thank
but
you.
bounce the Garu X back to your hand. I hated having to do it.
Uh,
I will say game 1, I could have played a lot better against Chris. I know, but you won anyway. I feel like in that matchup, I should respond to him instead of letting him respond to me. I figured that out like after game 1. I was like, okay, I almost screwed the bag there. Let's not do that again. So that was my lesson in that one. And then I
just
think
went harder.
Yeah, and then game 2, I think I did that. I cleared your security and made it to where, I mean, you misplayed pretty hard. We should have gone to game 3, but
That was the
cleared your
game I
security
walked
and made
up
it to
on.
where I could promote something. Remember, because you were talking about the Waru versus the Drago.
Yeah.
If you would have gone to the Drago, you could have played your Guillaumon out, checked one more security, But of course, at the
Yep.
time, you didn't have your second Guillemon.
All right, guys in
To
the comments,
Yeah.
I have a question. How do you pronounce Gilmon? Is it how Brandon pronounces it, or is it how I pronounce it?
Guillemon or
Because
Gilmon?
Brandon is adding like a whole extra syllable in there, and I'm not sure where it's coming from.
It's coming from
The
how they
show,
pronunciate it
the
in
media.
the show.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the first
sub
time
and
voice
the
actors
dub.
mispronounce things in shows, dude. Come on, man, you know better.
I'm just saying, that's
I
usually
say
your go-to, though.
Gilmon, and Brandon says Guillaumon.
Yeah, he says it like it's a water Digimon, like gill. Like it's got gills.
It's spelled Guil.
He's a dinosaur.
Gilmon.
Guillemon. Anyway.
Yeah, I forgot about that,
Weird.
Brandon.
Yeah, so Chris should have won game 2.
Mm-hmm. Should have.
But hindsight, he didn't know he was going to draw into the next Guillemon. So, what are you going to do?
So it would have been better to leave you at 0 security.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because I left him at 0 security. He plays no defense, and I had a body in the raising, so I was just like...
Yeah, when he
swing?
ruin moded you, I was like, oh, Chris just wins here because I saw the Gilmon in his hand and he had a memory boost out. And he just full moon the maroon mode, and I was like, oh, Chris loses.
Yep. I was like, no. Back to him.
No.
Get out of here.
It'd be funny if Ruin Mode had an on play because he could have just hard dropped it for 14.
Oh my god. It was
I'd
an A.
have
Give it an
cried.
on play.
Oh,
Give it an on play.
It's a good play.
Ruinmon Ace coming soon to a theater near you. So, round 4, I played against the Bloom Lord, and it went 2-1. Game 1, I absolutely bodied. Like, Mel was like, oh, that seemed pretty unfair. And I was like, yeah. Because you had 4 bodies on the board, 2 of them were suspended, and 2 of them were low enough level that I could bounce them.
Mhm.
Your board is gone. Like, it's just gone. So, that was pretty easy, because I had 2 bodies on the board as well. And he gave me exactly 3 memory, and I had a boost on the board, so I was able to go into my Thomas play for free, Gauga for free, and then go into the 1 of level 5, which I just happened to see, which is always good. Bounce back one of the level 4s, swing over the other level 4, bounce one of the level 3s, and then go into Mirage to bounce the final level 3, and his board is gone. And then from there, I have tempo, and I just OTK like within the next 2 turns. Felt good. Because, I think it's BT2 or BT3, Thomas, whichever one that is real broken.
BT4.
It is BT4. Yeah.
Every time
Well,
Levi X came out, and you're like, which tamer? I'm like, the one that kills me.
The one that lets
kills
you
me.
unsuspend for no reason.
Against that deck, I always held one in hand, just in case I can go into burst mode and then play it from the memory gain from Mirage and burst mode. Game 2, I low end bricked, which is what I call it when your opening hand is very good, but then every subsequent draw is very bad. So I had a good opening hand. I was like, all right, cool. I've got a level 3, a level 4, a boost, a removal, and a Thomas. I'm good. The only thing I would have wished is that level 4 would have been the one that plays Thomas for free, but you can't always have everything. So I was like, all right, cool. And then I started drawing, and I was just like, oh no, I'm not seeing a level 5.
Oh no.
I'm not seeing a level 5.
Oh no.
And then it took me 8 turns to see a level 5, and I was dead. What are you going to do? Game 3, I was just really trying my hardest to control his board. Again, because if they run out of resources, they run out of resources. So, Quantumon, it was really funny. Got to look at my security and saw the burst mode in there and was like, oh yeah, get the burst mode out of there. And, of course, getting ready to be called Digimon effects. And then I just looked and I went, oh, it's a Lily Ace under that Quantumon. Would be a shame if somebody were to full moon it and I keep turn.
Mm-hmm.
So that was funny. And then the next time the Quantum comes out, actually hits the full moon, and then I burst moded it.
Yeah.
So I just had both outs. So that felt really fun. And then the final round against Ben, playing his Terriermon Alliance Rapid Rush deck, He brutally high rolled the ever loving Jesus out of me game 1, as he tends to do against me. It just happens every time. I can't be helped. And then game 2, he stun locked me out, but I was still trying my hardest to fight out from it. And this is the one game that it actually came up to where I wanted my 4th Tama. I think it was a mistake in Mirage to only play 3, like I did in Melga, because in the Mirage list I'm playing the jamming inheritable Betamon, so seeing the Buka isn't the highest priority. So I think I should have played 3 Wanya and the 1 Buka, and I think that bit me in the butt, because if I could have built a stack in the Raising while I had my board established and I was like bouncing his stuff back, I think I could have had a chance. Because I just needed one of my stacks to come out, not be stunned, and pop off on him. But the problem is I ran out of Sama, and I was having to hard play stuff, so it's sitting on the board, and he's therefore able to stun it and make it to where it can't Digivolve. Because that's a fair effect. So, I ended up getting 2-0'd by Ben. Feels bad. Still got first place, though.
You know what? Instead of de-digivolving for black, just give them more of that. You just can't digivolve.
Dude, it's
like
such a strong effect. Like
That could be black's thing.
Ben's Mega Gargomon was literally the reason why I was running multiple Gaia Forces in my list.
It's a good card. It's so broken.
Yes, it's very good if you can't immediately answer it.
Oh, you have a level 4 on the board? It's a level 6 now.
Yeah, that's what got me when I played against him. I forgot it could blast Evo into any Rapidmon despite the level.
Oh yeah, dude.
That definitely got me once.
What really gets you with the Terriermon deck is how much Evo skipping they can do. They can go Terriermon into level 5, into level 6, because of the Rapid. Is it that Rapid? Does that Rapid level 5 Evo on top of Terrier for like 4 or 5?
No. Not the level 5 Rapid that you're talking about.
Okay, I'm thinking it backwards then. It's Terriermon into Gold Rapid into the Mirage or the
Mega Gargo, yeah.
The Mega. Yeah, so you can just skip your level 5.
Yeah, I always assume he has a Mega Gargo in his hand whenever we're playing. Yep. I just play around it as if he has it.
Always has it. Always has multiple of them too. And it really sucked for me because I couldn't hard get rid of it. I had to keep putting it in his hand, which doesn't
that
help.
Doesn't feel as good. Guy forcing that thing feels amazing because it's a 4 cost. Yeah. Just boom, get it out of here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I Biting crushed it. I Biting crushed it one time. I was like, yeah.
It's so funny too because I was literally like right before we left, I was like, do I want to play a 1-of Merciful mode just in case? And I almost put it in, but I was like, nah. I feel like running that many level 7s is a mistake.
I feel like I should have played Merciful mode.
Would have helped though. But yeah, so that was locals. I got first. It was fun. Sean threatened me that I would never be on the channel again unless I switched to a different deck.
So, I don't think I threatened you. I think I just straight up told you that people don't want to see Melga anymore. There was no threat.
Everybody wants to see Melga. You telling me nobody wants to see it is a threat to my honor as a Melga player.
Let us know in the comments,
like that guy in the comments
if you would like to see more Melga content.
Brandon, there was literally
the one guy. He'll be there.
Brandon, there's a 10-minute video of you brutally beating the hell out of me, and one of the top comments is,
10 minutes?
Wow, you could have won harder.
Yeah.
Brandon, you literally brutally beat me in under 10 minutes. I had no chance. I never felt like I was in the game. And the guy said you could have won better.
Yeah, you could have played better.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what that guy was smoking.
There's also someone else in the comments that thinks Machine Dramon has a good matchup versus BT15 Melga for some reason.
Yeah, is Gabumon?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Is Gabumon even your favorite Digimon, Brandon?
Come on for real, dude. Is it even your favorite?
Hold on, I got this. I got a little plush right here.
Yeah, I think the guy who's... Well, no, it doesn't matter what we say, because if we say, oh, I don't think you've played the Melga matchup with Machine Dramon, he'll be like, no, I might got 100% win rate against that deck.
Yeah, my friend's playing Budget that doesn't play the secret BT15 Melga. I'm like, oh,
he's playing starter deck. He's playing starter deck 1 Melga. Come on, I win that matchup all the time.
Yeah, that matchup's free. Why are you so bad?
Yeah. God, man. Y'all comment section sometimes y'all out of pocket.
I mean, they're.
I love it.
Yeah, because they're jerking you off. Oh, Chris is such a cool guy. Look at him with his cool guy energy. Like, no, y'all don't know him. All right, y'all don't know him.
It's such. I love the just. It's such a. What's the word?
Contrast.
It's such a spectrum on the comments because it's like some people are like really educated on the game and they'll be like, hey, this was a misplay because of this or something like that.
We appreciate those comments. It's always nice to learn something new.
And there's other people that straight up like it's like they didn't even watch the video and they like comment something. And I've seen people ask questions and then immediately get responded to and someone's like, did you even watch the video?
No. The video goes live, it's 2 seconds up, and it's like, actually.
Yeah.
Did you know?
Those kill me.
Actually. I think it was what was it, Sean? It was our Rune mode versus Rose X gameplay, and the guy goes, "Oh great, Quartz Turbo versus Rune mode Turbo. Let's see who can make the other not play."
Yeah, it was a race to see who can't play, who can keep their opponent from playing the game. I was like, that is very true.
One of my favorite comments was against Chris's Machine Dramon, where the comment was like, "Oh wow, I saw this get posted, and it's only 5 minutes long. I know who won, and I know how it happened."
Yep. BT15 Melga happened, unfortunately.
Yeah, good. Oh, sorry. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Can't take you anywhere, dude. Jesus. Anyways, so today's topic: Worlds recap and time rolls.
Can we just get this started? Me and Sean, we had talked about this a little bit yesterday, and I think the day before too. Why does Worlds, like at least the top 8? You could go as far as the top 16. I'm just saying.
I think the entire tournament, honestly, because it's like a locals, like it's not big.
Yeah, you're literally deciding the world champ. Why is there a timer?
Yeah, why is time a thing?
Wins.
Yeah,
whoever wins. Because that is literally geared towards security control.
The time rules that they used, yes, it does benefit security control, and like
inherently.
Yeah, inherently, and that's one of the reasons why I thought they'd move, because those were the original time rules that they had, and they switched it to what we currently use, which is like 4 turns or 5 minutes, whichever comes first. And then if you don't win, the game is just a draw. There's no like, oh, how many security do you have, how many deck size and stuff. And they switched that because security control and yellow decks were becoming a thing, and like it was clearly favoring those decks. But they switched it. They used those time rules for the World Championship, and I'm like, why? Like, even if
why?
Yeah, like, I would have probably played a security control deck knowing that those were the time rules. Because, like, it clearly favors me. Why wouldn't I play a deck like that?
Yeah.
It's like, even if that guy had played security control in our nationals and come in second place, I believe. I think he came in second.
Yeah, I think Anubis came first.
Yeah, Anubis came first, and he was second with security control. Even if he hadn't played security control, and like clearly that's like his deck, I feel like he may have considered playing security control anyway, just because of the time rules and how they worked. By the way, shout out to America. Thanks for bringing home the trophy.
America.
Even if it was in dubious.
It wasn't though. Like, so
it wasn't.
He wasn't. So he wasn't slow playing. He's actually a very good security control player.
No,
like,
people. No, Sean. People are roasting the Leviathan.
No, I know that. I know that. I'm saying like he wasn't doing anything malicious. He was just being benefited by the time rules. But like he's clearly a skilled security control player, and like he's not taking 10 years to figure out what he needs to do, like A or B on his turn, which is how you should be if you know what you're doing. Yeah. The Vimon player was screwing himself over by taking his turns very long, which I get it. It does. Sometimes you were put in positions where you have to think through things, but he wasn't. Well, the Vimon player was not benefiting himself by playing slower. So I don't understand why there's so much critiquing on
controversy.
like, yeah, like he wasn't benefiting from it. So why would you accuse him of deliberately slow playing? Like, it was bad for him that he was playing slower.
Especially if they knew that was the rules. Like if they knew
they knew that.
you would
they were told that like before the tournament.
The Leviathan player you would think, oh, so he'd play a little bit faster. No, I genuinely think he was just playing out his turns like normally. Like purple has a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to think about, I should keep this, I should discard this, and I need to do this. That like there's stuff you got to think about when playing with purple. That's why I said it's got like the highest curve,
highest skill ceiling
the highest skill ceiling for players. Is purple, so you actually have to. He literally is in the finals. He is playing against
him,
the world champ. There's a reason he's here.
Yeah.
I don't think he's slow playing. Yes, his turns took a little bit longer than the security control player, whose literal options are I either play one card or I play one card.
Yes.
So of course his turns look longer in compared to that. But why is there even a timer? I'm not gonna say, the Leviathan player definitely wins if they have more time or no time, because there is a chance that he still just loses to whatever's in his security.
Yeah.
Like obviously the score was 1 game to 1 game, so it's really a toss up. But it's just like it literally benefits the security controller player in that aspect, and the Leviathan player not playing faster is against him.
Yeah.
So why people are coming out going, oh, slow playing. It's like, guys, he's hurting himself.
It's like he's not being benefited by it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm against slow playing in general,
I don't know.
But I don't think that's I don't think
malicious slow playing.
Yeah, malicious. Yeah. I mean, I hate slow playing, period, but malicious slow playing is super bad.
Oh, you won game 1 and now you're taking even longer to decide your plays? Mm-hmm. Okay, bud.
Yeah. All right. Like, I think we've all had to deal with something like that.
But we all go to the same levels.
I think the Worlds is something that should have been free of such controversy.
Yeah, there should not have been even bare minimum. The championship match should not have been timed. It should have been an untimed round. It makes no sense that they are gonna decide the world champion with a time rule that is stupid and outdated anyway.
Didn't he just play a Magna and go up to one more security and they're like, okay, you won?
Yeah, I mean that's how easy it is to win in those time rules when you're playing either a yellow deck or security control. Is you're just like, I'll just recover on this turn. After I poke you once and recover, you lose.
Yeah, you're literally deciding your world champion of your card game, not through their own skill or decision. Nope, just my deck happens to recover. Yeah.
Yeah.
The rules that are outdated that you happen to choose.
Which, to be clear, we are not knocking the SecCon player. We are knocking Bandai for deciding to decide the world championship with those time rules.
Agreed. If they knew about those rules going into the tournament,
I would have played security control, 100%.
Dude, you made the big brain play. You knew, hey, if I go into time, I win. Yeah, if I know if we go into time and these are the rules, I'm bringing security control because boom, if we go into time, I just win. It's automatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's big brain play.
I will say, this is a bit of a skirch off to the different topic here. Do you think, because of these results and how this went down, it's going to push Bandai to let us have side decks?
I've still been under the theory and hope that after the
competitive season.
Thank you. Competitive season is over. They will give us side decks officially. Hopefully, this also pushes them to maybe give us side decks.
Because it kills decks like security control.
I wouldn't say completely kills them, but it definitely handicaps them
a lot more.
Quite a bit because everyone can just play a delicate plan package in their side deck. If it's a big issue.
They have never liked security control as a deck. They've always hated it.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to make its own deck with Beelstar.
And when
was the last time Beelstar got... Yeah, and it wins the World Championship. The irony.
Due to their own time rules, basically.
Yeah, you ever heard the tragedy of security control at Worlds?
I think the reason why they don't like security control is it's like...
It's a deck they didn't know.
It's abusing the system that they have set up.
The system, and I think it's one of the ones the player base doesn't like it, like general player base doesn't like it, and it's one of those decks that's very hard for them. Yeah, it's one of those decks that I'm talking about more like like the normie population, like
The average
I
player
don't like
despises
this deck.
security control for some reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it's one of those decks where it's like you put out the whole deck and you go, okay, what could we actually hit to hurt this deck? Like
Nothing.
with
The only
Garu,
thing I
we
could
knew
think, yeah, like with Garu.
with Garu, we knew what you could
knew.
hit and be like, okay, that helps slow down the deck. You fan out security control and you go, what can we honestly hit? They're not even playing that 6-cost delay card anymore. They hit the reinforce, are they? Like,
I mean, I'd still put it in there. Puts a card in security.
Yeah,
I would
you
too.
Still play it.
Is it in there? I haven't seen like a security control list in forever, but I'm just like, what do you hit in that deck
It
to
would
be
be
like,
foolish
okay, that
not to
slows
play
it
it.
down?
So that was the only card they've ever hit specifically for security control. Was that card
Right.
specifically?
The
Because
only
that card
card you
sucks
could
in like generic
potentially-
yellow decks.
Yeah, the only card I think you could potentially hit to knock the strength of the deck down a bit is maybe Chaos Degradation. Because that is one of their best universal removal cards. But, like, they have other options they can play.
Yeah,
like
they still have
Lonky
they still have
exists.
Lonky, and like
Yeah, you
they
can
could
play other
adjust the
stuff.
deck to where like they could set
Yeah.
out things that are basically unanswerable.
Wyvern's Breath, it wouldn't like it doesn't have the same reach, but it's just 15k. Like there's
Neg
still not a
DP.
whole lot of cards that can counter negative DP. So it's like
Mhm.
you could be like, oh, the Magnamon needs to get hit. Okay, but that kills yellow vaccine.
Magna
No,
Amon.
if it's the original
Yeah.
Magna, I don't think the yellow vaccine deck cares.
Yeah, I don't
If
think
it's Magna Ace.
yeah, the original Magna Angemon.
Oh, Magna Ace is what I meant. I'm
The-
sorry, Magna
I
Ace.
wouldn't hit
The
Magna Ace.
only-
Magna Ace feels fair.
The only deck that would care
Yeah.
about Magna Angemon getting hit from BT1 would be oh god, dude.
Moste,
Yeah, Mastamon. My
because
brain
they
just
can
not
use
working.
it with their
What? Shadow Seraphimon? Like that's also extremely fair card. Like it's a
Yeah, that
very
card's
like
good. Yeah, I
fair
like
and
that.
balanced card. Like I know what this card does. Like there's counterplay to it. Like if you play into it, that's on you.
Mhm.
You know, like what could you hit in that deck realistically and be like, okay, yeah, that slows it down.
Yeah,
Death X?
no.
Like is that gonna hurt it? No.
not really.
It's like
Yeah, so it's like
you
there's
have to
it's one of
introduce
those
something
things where I
like a
think
side deck.
Yeah, introducing
That
a
is
side deck would
counter
be the
that
best
deck.
thing to hit security control if they truly don't want it to be that big of a part of the game.
Yeah, because I mean, they
Exactly, so
even
it's like-
play tested with Chaos Degradation at 1 during one of the Ulti Cups, right?
Yeah, the Ulti Cup rules that they introduced last year, where it was like you could only use one color and like certain cards were limited and stuff,
That was very anti-security control.
It was clearly very anti-security control.
and guess what color dominated?
blue.
Blue.
Yeah,
As a blue player,
And guess what deck kind of helps counter against blue?
security
Security
control.
control.
Yeah, purple strategies
So.
and security control.
Yeah.
I'd say yellow too.
I don't know. I think
kind of screws them.
The newer yellow decks. Back then, yellow it didn't.
Oh
have
yeah,
enough
back
support.
then definitely maybe not. Yellow.
I
hasn't been
just
in the
think
limelight for a while.
the player base is attacking the wrong thing. They're attacking the loser.
player?
And I don't want
Which
to
is
call
weird.
I don't want to call him a loser. I'm
The,
sorry. I
the
don't want to call him a
second
loser.
place
Yes.
at Worlds.
Yeah, the runner-up.
Yeah, the
Yes.
runner-up world champion.
Loser is the bad thing, but they're attacking
Silver
the guy
medal.
who ended up losing the game. Yeah, for slow playing. But it's like Bandai. You should be going after Bandai. Going Bandai. Just let them play it out. Whoever wins. You know, like you're going
Yeah.
after the wrong thing.
It's silly
Yeah.
to have
Like-
it timed. Like, why?
The guy lost, dude. I could only imagine if I was in Worlds and I was there at that finals table and I end up losing. I'd be gutted. And then like the next day, I get on my phone and if I'm a part of any of these pages and I just see every post. I'm talking about like every post was them roasting the Leviathan player, me who just lost for slow playing. Like guys, if I won the game 1-0-1
You can
because of
expect
my
some hate.
slow playing, it's like okay, people are gonna hate on me because they think I was slow playing. But the guy lost, and then every post is this guy slow played. This guy slow played. I'd be like, guys, I lost. It
Yeah.
didn't help me.
It did not benefit me
What?
at all.
Like, why are you coming after me? Hate on the security control player for playing security control. You know, like
I have seen that.
I was getting mad for him. I was like, guys, he lost. What
Yeah,
what
at
are
no
you
point did
doing?
him playing slower benefit him. At no point.
Yes. Oh my god. I was so mad when I found out that there was a timer. People were like, "Oh, security control ones." I start watching the match, and he gets to the end, and he's just like, "Magna recovered," and they're like, "Okay, you win." And I'm just like, "Wait, what? The game's not over, right? Like, what? What do you mean?" I'm like, looking, I'm like, "Oh my god, there's a timer."
This is a
Why?
timed match.
Yes, this is Worlds.
World Championship. Why?
The
God,
only thing
I
I
was
think
so
they should have
mad.
done is they should have maybe enforced like actions per turn timing, but I don't think there should have been a timer for the match itself.
No, is
I
this
think that rule
chess?
needs to
Is there
be.
like a little timer right now?
Yeah, dude, get a little
I
chess
mean,
clock, dude.
you could still enforce slow playing. So, like, if he's taking
Yeah.
more than 30 seconds per action, you could, like, give him a warning and then, like, bump that up if he continues to do it.
Yeah,
But, like, yeah, you could do something like that and
Fuck,
still
there's
not have a timer.
man.
I just think it could all get avoided if there just wasn't a timer at all.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But
There's no reason for the
I
World
just-
Championship to be decided on time.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree. It's
It's like, you guys have to
It's
be
literally your
somewhere.
biggest
Like, I
event.
don't, like, what's the rush of having this end?
Bandai. How busy are you? I mean, you're not doing anything right now. Calm down.
Yeah, chill.
You know what? I figured what it really was. Sean, you won't get this joke, but Brandon might.
Okay.
The reason why there was a timer because they had to hurry up and get back to finish the Elden Ring DLC. They got to get it out. Their player base is
Aiming
cramming
for
for it. Yeah, even though it's two completely different departments, they said, "Hey, we got to get out of here." What is a Digimon? Okay, we got Elden Ring DLC coming out.
You are correct. That joke is lost on me.
I know.
Yeah.
Also, side topic. I don't know why people hate security control so much.
I think it's because they see it as I don't want to say easy deck to play, but I think they see it as a not interactive deck, which is, of course,
The opposite
not
of the truth.
really how that works.
It's the most interactive deck.
Yeah.
Sean, you've played other card games before. What deck do the normie player base always hate the most?
The control deck.
The control deck, and that's what it is. It's kind of like you don't think it's a control deck. You're
So
it's a stall control deck.
I am obviously very different than the normal player in like
of course.
because like the games the decks that I don't like playing versus are the least interactive, like the ones that either can kill you on turn 2 or turn 3, or like
sorry.
Oh,
like BT8 Imperial. I hated that deck, absolutely hated it. I love playing against security control because I'm not just gonna lose on turn 2. Like, they are forced to interact with me, and if I interact positively with their things, I will win the game.
it's one of
I
those
think
decks
it's that
make
player-
them play. It makes them play different. That's the thing. They
Yeah.
can't do
And
that.
I love
IA.
I love that. It's,
Right,
it's fun
it's-
to me to play against security control.
The player base that hates it is the one who they pick up the game, they play a little bit, they don't get all the cards, they like their one deck, they go to locals, right? This is the guy
They
who
get the
only
cards.
plays at locals. Yeah, they only play at locals. They maybe watch a little bit of YouTube, but they work a 9 to 5. They're too busy to be doing more than that. Okay, and then they go against the security control player, who they only ever play against every now and then. They swing they built their perfect deck. They swing, boom, hits an option card, blows
It's
it
dead.
up, and then it's
Do it
dead.
again.
Next thing you know, yeah, and it just keeps happening, and it's just one of those things where it's like that's all they remember.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
all they think of. Or they get them down to like really low security and then they just recover it all back up.
Yeah.
It's that player base. That's what it is. It's that. Now I can understand too, like even the experienced players be like, "Oh, I hate playing against it. It's so boring. It's such a dumb matchup." I remember when we went to Atlanta, I was sitting next to a guy who was playing against security control,
Oh,
and
he
the guy was literally
raging.
so mad. He was raging so hard. Why would you even bring that here? Why would you bring that deck? That deck is so dumb. It's so boring. And it's just like, Some people just like that style of deck where
I love it. Like, I've built security control before. You guys are lucky I don't love it more, because I would bring it more often. I might bring it next
I
week.
bring Red Hybrid every week.
Good, dude.
And
You won't see your BT7 Altamont. I don't care.
Yeah, you're right. I'll just never see it.
Yeah.
you know what card I wish was still in it? I love Eden's Javelin. Put Eden's Javelin in there.
Bro, actually bring it. Put the content on the channel and explain to people
I've actually been
why it's
considering
not a bad deck.
It's not.
That's
like
a great idea.
It will get no views.
It's actually people actually like watching security control content for some reason.
Yeah, because they want to see how the matchup goes.
Yeah.
They want to see how to beat it.
An example of Yu-Gi-Oh decks that I didn't like playing against, since that was my first card game.
Dragon Rollers.
I didn't like playing against that deck because it was extremely unfair.
Oh, I big-eyed your big eye, so I win.
Yeah. That was a deck that had just access to free resources and stuff. Like, that's not really a good example.
That was Konami going, hey, the whole core deck will be like $5. You want that extra deck, though? You got to pay a couple grand.
Yeah. Chain Burn. I did not like playing against Chain Burn because that was extremely uninteractive, and just like, if you didn't have like the answers to burn in your side deck or main deck, there's nothing you could do about it.
You lose, yeah.
Yep.
And just decks that could kill you very quickly. Like, if they high rolled you, they just killed you. Mermails at full power. They just Megalo Diva, and you just lose.
You just lose.
Yep. Oh God, I remember those days. No. Core memory just got unlocked.
So like, those are the decks I don't like playing against. Like, decks that either high roll you and kill you super fast before any interaction is had, or decks that just, if their win condition is uninteractive. Like, an example of a deck that
Evil Swarm?
No, Evil Swarm's interactive, dude.
Well, I'm saying, like, that's a good one.
Yeah. Evil Swarm's interactive. Like, even though I mained Chaos Dragons, like, basically most of my competitive time in that game, I still liked playing against Evil Swarms because it's interactive.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, like Ragna OTK, a deck that I've built, I would not enjoy playing against that deck because it's...
Oh, really?
It is extremely
interactive. Because it creates 5-minute videos?
Yeah, it's uninteractive. I promote and kill you, or I don't promote and kill you. Like, those are the two outcomes of the game. It's not going to be a back and forth. It's going to be a, hey, did I draw my combo? Okay, you lose,
like that
dude.
first, one of those first comments was, man, how are all those cards just in his hand? I was so pissed.
It's my camera angle.
I swear, you could go to any other channel, and you will never find any other player who opens Agu into Agu X as consistently as Sean does. Into Gray X. Yeah, I swear. Just last night when I was playing against him, I saw him Digivolve into Agu, and then Agu X, I said, here comes Greymon, and then here comes Gray X. And it happened. I go, yep, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I just be like that sometimes. I just don't know. So the trick is to play like 8 and 8, and then you like never really have to worry about it. You're going to see both.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's the secret. I'm always cheating.
That's the secret, Brandon.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just go back into my deck and put 4 copies of Garu X in.
Yeah, that sounds like
put
Chris
him back in
last night.
He's back.
I was Garu Xing all over last night. It felt great.
God, you said it's Garu X time, and just started Garu Xing all over the place.
Yup.
Man, it feels nice, doesn't it?
So it does. I think, I can understand why that card got hurt. It got hit.
No, you were on the other end of the table, and then went, yeah, that's why that card got hit.
Yeah.
When I just promote my level 3 Evo for free, gain memory, go into my level 5, swing through your security, go into my level 6, and your board's done.
Melga's an example of a deck that I don't like playing against, where they just promote, and they either kill you or they don't kill you, depending on what's in your security.
Good.
Which is controlled by security control.
Yes, the security control is a check for decks that I don't like playing against, which are just, hey, do I kill you or do I not kill you? Like, that's it.
Yeah, so I like the suggestion that you made, I think, a while ago, Sean, when we talked about security control. Just build it yourself, play it, and then you'll understand.
Yeah, you'll get it, dude. You can lose easily playing security control if your opponent knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Or you could win very easily if your opponent has no idea and they just rage the whole time and they're blinded by their hatred and they just mindlessly build up into a stack and swing in your security.
Yeah, like
guess what could happen
on
with
the high
security
ground, they're Anakin, and they're just like,
yeah.
All right.
Guess what can happen, guys? Oh, you have one card in hand now and nothing, and you're only drawing one card a turn. You're gonna realize, oh no, I'm just gonna sit here and slowly lose possibly because I can do nothing.
Yep.
And you'll think maybe this deck isn't absolutely broken.
Yeah, it's not. It's far from it.
Yeah, listen to us talk about the deck that just won Worlds. It's not broken. It's very fair and balanced, and it only won because of time rules.
It's literally. It was so.
I mean, like you said, we don't know for sure.
It was so purposefully in their favor.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely benefited it.
TLDR, they should not have timed matches for Worlds. It's silly.
Yeah.
I think all championship matches shouldn't have times. Like, they shouldn't have time at the national events championship match, and they definitely shouldn't have time at Worlds. It's silly.
Agreed.
Before we move on to the next topic, can we all just have a moment and talk about Akira Toriyama?
Okay, that would be a different topic. So
I can't. We can't do this. I don't want to talk about it.
I would prefer not to as well.
Yeah, I'd prefer not to.
Shout out to the GOAT.
He really is the GOAT. Like, I seriously think anime as a whole and manga as a whole would be completely different without him. Without like what he put out.
What he did literally changed anime and manga.
I don't know too much about Dragon Ball. It's one of the. It's like I know about it and like everything that happens in it, but it's not something
the original.
Yes, the original Dragon Ball.
I thought you meant like as a whole, and I was like, what?
No. Like
we grew up on
Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
if you're like Chris,
I've never.
If you're like Chris and you have not seen or read Dragon Ball, I highly recommend it. It is so good.
It is a lot different than Dragon Ball Z, and
it's extremely different. Yeah,
it's so goofy. It's so fun.
It's my wife's favorite of all the series is the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z.
Same for my wife.
It's not mine. I was introduced to Dragon Ball through Dragon Ball Z, so like when I went back and watched Dragon Ball, I was like,
"Yep." The original Budokai game.
I was like, "This is okay," but like, where's the world blowing up and people going Super Saiyan and stuff?
It's Dragon Ball Z. It introduced so many different like tropes or anime / manga like things that like everyone uses.
The tournament arcs.
Everyone uses now.
Mm-hmm.
Like
tournament arcs.
Yeah, and his passing is just absolutely just
gut-wrenching,
heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Like,
so just
we've lost so many iconic people recently, like Kevin Conroy last year too, like Batman's voice actor.
Yeah, Jason David
Frank. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, he was only 68. That's crazy.
Yeah. A legend will be missed.
Shout out to the GOAT.
Yeah.
Still love him even though he hated Vegeta.
He did. He hated the hell out of Vegeta. Did him.
I think he created him. I don't know why. I don't know why I hated him.
Because he's 5'2".
Because he became more popular than Goku.
For good reason, dude. Goku sucks.
I'm not getting into this with you.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going on to reveals.
The second best
Goku is stupid.
Goku's a moron, Brandon. Shut up. We're going on to reveals.
It's not.
It took him decades.
He's an adult man with multiple kids. He should not be that stupid.
Brandon, it took him decades to finally use. Brandon, it took him decades to create his own move. It wasn't until Super in the tournament arc at the very end, the Universe tournament arc, where he finally started. He used his own move for once. Something he created himself.
That's right, dude. He's a swagger jacker for real.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it, Brandon. I wouldn't be surprised if he started using Frieza's death beam too.
Yeah. Dude, I just had flashbacks to Budokai 2, just spamming that. Death beam, death beam.
Death beam. Death beam. Okay, go
Death
to reveals.
Wave.
Okay, all right.
I'm worried about where Super goes from now.
That was my like. I was sad, and then I also was like, "What's gonna happen with Super?"
Yeah. So allegedly, from what I've been hearing, the Dragon Ball Daima is done. Like he did all the scripting for it. Everything is wrapped up. They're just working on the animation now.
Okay.
So Dragon Ball Daima will probably be the last project he had full complete on.
So it'll
Like,
be like the official like last canon then.
Well, he had his fingers in other things, but it wasn't done yet. Like the Dragon Ball Super manga, he tells Toyotaro where he wants the story to go, and then Toyotaro fills in the blanks from there.
Okay.
He did the same thing for Dragon Ball Super, which is why if you read the manga and then watch the anime, it's the same story beats, but they happen vastly differently. Because he tells them, here's point A, here's point B, here's the ending, and then they just let them go free from there. If that makes sense.
I just don't want another GT gonna happen from this.
I mean...
And guess what was the best part of GT? What was the best part?
Super
character
Saiyan 4.
designs.
The character designs. And guess what he was involved in?
The character designs.
Character designs.
Super
Yeah,
Saiyan
he
4
drew,
was the
a lot
only
of-
good thing to come out of GT.
I like Baby.
Bro, I
And-
love Omega.
And
I love
Gogeta
Omega
being
Shenron.
canon, but then not being canon because GT's not
No,
canon.
Sean, you don't like Baby? Baby was like the best part of that whole show.
Oh, 100%. Best part.
I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't watch all of GT.
I don't blame you.
Sean, you've got to watch Baby and the Baby Vegeta.
I've tried, dude.
It
I
is the
can't get
best.
past Trunks shorts.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you got me.
Dude,
I
Trunks
literally
never got-
I own the
Oh my
entire
God.
GT series on DVD and tried to start watching it with my wife. Couldn't get
he
past the
nerfed-
first few episodes. I was like, Goku's back to being even stupider than before. He's a child. Trunks has these terrible shorts on for some reason.
He nerfed Trunks
The
super
character-
hard. I think it's Vegeta's whole family. I think he hates all of them.
No,
I
he
mean-
loves Bulma.
Even Bulma. No, he hates Brandon. She's literally using the Dragon Ball to wish for like less wrinkles.
Yeah. Do you not know what the first wish on any Dragon Ball ever was?
No, I don't. What was it?
It's Bulma's
it's-
panties.
Bulma's panties.
Wasn't that the pig?
Yeah.
It's on brand.
That was Dragon
course
Ball
she's-
brand though.
Yeah, it's the first ever wish on a Dragon Ball. So of course it makes sense for him to be like, ha, guess what? Bulma's abusing them for cosmetic surgery.
I mean, I don't see why she
Because it was
wouldn't.
supposed to
She's able to track them. Like, I feel like they'd be silly
Yeah.
not to abuse them.
It like meant for really great comedy when you go over to Frieza and Frieza's like, I want to collect the Dragon Balls. Oh, what for?
I want a couple
You
more
gonna bring your
inches.
father back? You want immortality? No, I want to be taller.
Was it like 2 centimeters?
Yeah.
So
She
any-
wanted to make it look like
any
he was still
any
growing.
taller and people might notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be pissed. I'm right there with Frieza. I'd be pissed if I looked at King Cold and Cooler, which in my head is canon because Cooler's awesome, and I saw them and they're
Cooler
like
is sick.
massive, and I'm over here like Frieza. I'm like,
Well, what's weird
Vegeta.
is
Oh.
Cooler's first form looks like Frieza's final form, and then he has
still
an
taller.
additional form that's back to being big and stuff. So like,
That's
oh
so
my
cool.
and Frieza could just go back to the his second form and be the size of King
Sean.
Cold.
Yeah,
that
but he
whole
said
movie-
in that movie that he didn't want to have to nerf himself just to be taller.
I guess that's fair.
he literally that the moment that music kicks and the face shield on Coolers come down, and you're just like, I'm in. This is
Especially-
awesome. This is the best
Especially
character.
if you're from our generation and you watched it in the English dub original release, and it starts playing like hard rock, like Drowning Pool,
That's what I'm
Disturbed,
saying. Yep.
They did a good job on those movies.
Deftones.
Yeah, Cooler.
So good.
Cooler is a literal cooler version of Frieza. Like he's Frieza, but not petty. Like
Yeah,
he's just sick.
Doesn't play around.
Yeah. He's like
Frieza-
he's like I don't need to do any of this stuff.
Yeah. Cooler is cooler than Frieza, but
Mhm.
Frieza is cooler and cooler is Frieza.
Shut up. Okay, go to the reveals, Brandon. You
I think I
ruined
just had a
it.
stroke, Brandon, and I don't know what that meant.
Everything cool me and Sean just talked about, you ruined right there, okay?
Yeah, you ruined it. You ruined moded it.
Ruined.
Yeah, you ruined mode.
Soiled it.
Sean, next week for the podcast, you have to say, welcome to Rune Mode for Game podcast instead of Omni for
You're
Game.
spoiling stuff.
People literally think that we hype up Rune Mode too much, and then you go and look at all the decks that got played, and you just see 1 or 2 Rune Modes in every deck, and you're like, I wonder why that's there.
It's because it's a really good card.
Yep. Oh yeah, Sean, we have to give Brandon an early happy birthday. His birthday's tomorrow.
Happy birthday, you
don't have
old
to.
man.
That's it. That's all you get, Brandon. Comment section, don't tell him happy birthday because he's the least favorite of the 3 of us.
So, this week's reveals, we have Infirmon from BT15. When Digivolving, Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, then one of their Digimon with a play cost of 8 or less can't attack players until the end of their turn. Inheritable, all turns, once per turn, one of your other Digimon with Diabormon, and its name is played, de-evo one of your opponent's Digimon.
That's broken.
That is really good with the ace.
This is what this is what Diabormon needed.
A good level 5.
Yes, all the level 5s are trash.
Yes.
Like, arguably, you could say the best one is the one that allows you to warp from your 3 to your 5. But even
That's
then,
the only
you're just
decent
like,
one, yeah.
yeah, the rest are just garbage. This is what it needed. It fits black because it does the de-evo stuff, and it fits the entire archetype where you're playing a bunch of tokens, so you're de-digivolving stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, and that's
also
a card
is a low-end floodgate, because then you can't be attacked.
Right, so it's like, it's one of those cards where it's like, what makes de-evoing strong, yeah, there's not much that counters it, but it's not something like a blue card where it bounces it to your hand or puts it back in your deck. You're not really, you're not getting access to that card again unless you're like purple and you have cards recurrent. But like de-evo is so strong, I love it.
Yeah, this combined with the ace card basically ensures they can blow up anything. On
the fact that it's all turns is absolutely nutty.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, clearly they intended it to work with the ace Dia, with that being all turns.
Love it.
Yeah, very good card. So this one and the EX6 Infirmon are definitely going to be the 2 you play moving forward.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, guaranteed, for sure.
And then we have a new Armageddon, which surprisingly is not an ace. I'm a little disappointed by that, but...
I'm trying to look at that art. That's crazy. There's a lot going on in that thing.
He's going to have an alt-art 100%, right?
I mean, you would think, but there have been supers in the past that didn't have one. So Evo's...
Oh, he's a black and white. Let's go.
Yes,
okay,
so you can search it off of your black searching cards. Evo's for 7 memory on black or white level 6s, and that's it. When this card will be played from the hand by returning up to 13 cards with the unidentified trait or Diabormon in their text from your trash to the bottom of the deck. For each card return, reduce the play cost by 1. So he is naturally a 16 play cost, so you can reduce him to 3, but he's a late game dude, obviously. You're not going to be able to pop him out like the BT5 Armageddon. He has Rush, Blocker, and Reboot, which is pretty insane.
Yeah, for real.
On play / when Digivolving, delete up to 15 play costs worth of your opponent's Digimon. Your turn, this Digimon can also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon.
So there is an absolute metric ton of stuff going on with this guy. He's got all good. The problem is, it's just like what Sean said. This is an extremely late game card because guess what? Don't go to your trash. Your tokens.
Yeah, your tokens.
Your tokens. So, like, with Diabormon, I mean, how quick are you getting 13 cards in the trash where you're like, okay, now I build my third stack here, and here's...
A lot of the new support has, like, on deletions.
Right,
so
but at the same time, it's just like, how have you not... Now. Right, but how have you not won by now?
Yeah, like, the odds of you dropping...
The end, duh.
The odds of you dropping this for 3 memory and the game not already being over are like basically 0.
Yeah,
like I like this card, but
Paladin mode.
Yeah,
this
true.
This card is it's not this helps the deck be more competitive or stable or like consistent. This is hey, I'm gonna win harder card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To be fair, you don't have to return 13. So like at any point,
No.
you can just drop this guy for a little bit cheaper and blow
Right.
up 15 play costs worth of your opponent's stuff.
And he's gonna have blocker.
I agree.
Yeah, and blocker and reboot.
But guess what card
wouldn't he also get
counters
protection
Paladin?
because he's unidentified?
Do we
Don't
have
the other cards now like give you protection if you're unidentified or something like that, or does it have to be Diaboromon in name?
I don't remember.
I think it has. I can't remember either.
It's
But
probably
guess what card
Diaboromon
does
in name.
counter? Guess what card does counter the Paladin mode, Brandon?
The
Like
OG.
the OG Armageddon mon.
Yes.
You know.
So I think you might play, if you do end up having the room, you might play both.
Yeah.
I mean, the most I would see is like playing like one or two of this, because it's like if I see it, I'm like, okay, cool. Like
I mean,
could
to
play
be fair,
this for, like-
Armageddon screams only one of two of in deck. I don't think anybody's gonna be out here playing four of them.
Yeah.
I don't think it's built to be that type of card.
I mean, the ability to Evo into this guy and still get all these effects is really strong.
Yeah, that's also very good. Yeah, it's the fact that it's both.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely seems like a good card, but...
Yeah, I agree. I like it, and I think it's a good card.
Oh, so this includes your tamers and stuff, because in your options, it says Diaboromon in their text.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So that's also really cool.
Yeah, that's like all Diaboromon options, because they all say Diaboromon token and the tamer.
Yep. Catastrophe Cannon, Errata, all of it.
Clock at the end, if that somehow makes it to your trash.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, good card. Takuya Kambara. I just want to say I was right about this. Security play it without paying the cost, whatever. Start of your main phase, if your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. Inheritable, your turn. This Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP. While this Digimon has 10,000 DP or more, it gains piercing.
Yep, easy to call. I mean, we all saw it. We all saw it kind of coming with the fact that all of the new red hybrid stuff was like, hey, just attack your opponent's Digimon. And
Yeah,
it's
just
like,
have raid.
that's cool and all, but how do we do damage? And like Sean said, well, let's just give the tamer piercing. And that's what they did.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
I do love how it stays on brand with you don't get the effect unless you're 10,000 DP or higher.
Yeah.
And it gives 2,000 as an inheritable. Like every Takuya gives 2,000, and then once you hit 10,000, you get extra effects. Very on brand. Can't wait to cook with that card.
I'm sure. Koji. Security, play it without paying the cost. Start of your turn, it's a memory setter. Nice. Inheritable, your turn once per turn. When an effect adds cards to your hand, gain 1 memory. Then this Digimon gains jamming for the turn.
That's also very
really
good.
That's a little scary.
Blue with jamming is very scary.
Yeah, especially
we saw that with Buka.
When they can unsuspend multiple times.
You can just throw this in the current blue hybrid that's out right now with Tommy's and stuff like that, and the Beowulf triggers this.
Yeah. This is a little a little concerning, but yeah.
I mean, it's nice to see blue hybrid finally got their memory setter.
Now you don't have to play Davis.
Yeah, the rest of the kids won't get one though because they don't care about the rest of the hybrid kids.
That's right, dude. They don't care. Then we have an option, the Ancient Protectors. It's 10 warriors in trait. While you have a tamer or Digimon with the hybrid trait, you may ignore this card's color requirements. So basically, you're always going to be able to play this. Main, you may return 1 Digimon card with the hybrid or 10 warriors trait from your trash to the hand. Then you may play 1 Digimon card with the 10 warriors trait or 1 tamer card with an inherited effect from your hand with the play cost reduced by 4. Security, you may play 1 tamer card with an inherited effect from your hand or trash without paying the cost and add this card to the hand.
Now, this card's really
good.
Because if you remember, the new Ancient Garurumon and Greymon also have Digicross requirements. So you can hard play a level 6 and tuck 2 cards under it and reduce the cost even further by 4. So you could basically, I want to say it reduces it all the way down to like 3 or 4 memory total with the option card.
I think it's 2 memory.
Yeah,
I guess it would be total of 4 memory paid with this card combined with their reduction. Yeah.
It's pretty nuts.
So you could potentially,
and then like you could also just use it to
turn.
get. Yeah, you could also just do it to get a new tamer out, which is also very good while recycling stuff. Very good card.
Very nasty.
I love it. Very good.
And then we have some more stuff from BT17. We have Argomon, which is this guy right here. Rookie Virus Mutant. Digivolves for 2 on top of, or Digivolves for 0 on top of level 2 Argomon. Evos on top of green or purple for 1. On player reveal the top 3 cards to the deck. Add 1 Argomon and 1 Rhythm among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Inheritable. On deletion, gain 1 memory.
Okay.
The rest are just high reses. So
Yeah. Then we have the level 4. Digivolves for 2 on top of level 3 Argomon, and then Evos on top of green or purple level 3s for 3 memory. When Digivolving, if you don't have a Rhythm, you may play 1 Rhythm from your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable. On deletion, gain 1 memory.
Okay. I mean, I love level 4s that allow you to play your tamers for free, so.
Yeah, it would be nice if like every tamer had a level 4 that did that.
Yeah, agreed. 100%.
Then we have a new level 5 Argomon. Evos on top of level 4 Argomon for 4 memory, or Evos on top of level 4 green and purple for 5. When Digivolving into this card, by suspending up to 5 tamers, for each tamer suspended by this effect, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1.
oh, there it is.
Opponent's turn, none of your opponent's tamers can unsuspend. On deletion, if you have 4 or more Argomon in the trash, you may play 1 level 6 Argomon from your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable when attacking once per turn by suspending 1 of your Rhythm. Unsuspend this Digimon.
Okay. I was wondering how you make it cheaper. That's how you make it cheaper.
That's not bad. It's doing green stuff, playing out like, well, this one instead of a bunch of Digimon, it's like tamers.
It
the
suspends
thing
your
is,
opponent's
what's
tamers.
really nice. Yeah, it suspends either player's tamers too. So if your opponent's not interacting with you by not playing out their tamers, you can suspend your own tamers to make your stuff cheaper.
Yeah. It's a little concerning.
Yeah, that seems really good. I like the fact that you can just play 6 for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little nasty.
It does not on play though.
It's a little dirty.
It's just when
Little
Digivolving.
dirty
Oh,
plant.
thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
Little dirty plant.
Yeah, filthy plant.
Nasty.
Then we have the Argomon level 6. Evils on top of level 5 Argomon for 4 memory, or green or purple for 5. On play / when Digivolving, you may place up to 4 level 5 or lower Argomon from your trash as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. Then delete up to 4 levels total worth of your opponent's Digimon. For every 2 Argomon in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, add 1 to the maximum total level you may choose with this effect. All turns, for every 2 Argomon in Digimon's Digivolution cards, it gets plus 1000 DP. Opponent's turn, none of your opponent's tamers can unsuspend.
That's really good. That's really good.
That is pretty nasty.
Seems pretty good.
So
Now, I will say I'm glad they didn't give it, like, I was waiting while you were reading it. It started to sound like, oh, it'll gain 1000 DP. And I'm like, okay, he's about to say security attack plus 1, too. And you didn't say it. I'm like, okay, good. That would have put this card over the top.
Just wait. The tamer will give security check plus 1.
We already know what the tamer is. It's Rhythm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we went through that last week.
Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme.
So as long as this deck doesn't have a way to, like, get a bunch of security attacks, like extra security attacks, it'll be pretty fun.
I mean, you could play the original BT2 Argomon that just has extra checks for all your suspended Digimon.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Sean, what are we talking about? We talked about this the other day, or yesterday. We could just play the Lotmon. Give it Alliance.
Oh, yeah, you could just give this deck Alliance. And you can unsuspend it more than one.
You want to know why
because you
these
could
cards
have
are broken?
multiple of these in the stack.
Chris, say it with me. You know why these cards are broken?
Oh, yeah, because it's purple.
HPD, baby.
Yeah,
no, it's because they're half purple.
This is a purple deck that has access to HPD.
Yeah.
Please, Bandai, please ban HPD. So this guy can potentially come out and delete 8 levels worth of your opponent's Digimon. So level 7.
Oh yeah.
Or a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, pretty good.
Nothing is safe.
It is not. Then we got the rest of our Shine support.
Oh no!
Is this BT14 all over again?
Sean,
It feels
Sean
like
is
it,
sad.
dude. I'm having flashbacks to BT14. Geo Greymon, when attacking, by suspending one of your yellow tamers, this Digimon gets plus 3000 DP for the turn, Inheritable, your turn. All of your opponent's security Digimon get minus 3,000 DP.
That doesn't help at all.
at least. Okay, but at least this is like triggering off your tamers by suspending stuff. Like,
This doesn't help at
you
all.
can suspend them.
This replaces the BT2 Geo that I was playing.
Yes, yeah. This is better than
that's
that card
it.
for sure. That's so you're saying this is not a 4 of in the deck.
Absolutely not.
What?
This is better by default.
Yeah, like this is cool because you can proc like the BT13 Marcus at will, basically.
Yeah.
But like, you're swinging for 8,000 DP.
Oh my god! But if you tap that Marcus, right,
Yup.
you can Evo on top of him, and then the inherited, so it'll be even 3k more effective.
It would turn this guy into a 13,000 DP check, which is cool, I guess. But then that means you'd have to be playing both of these guys.
No, because remember, now read the Rise Greymon. He's going to be like 16 effective.
Okay, so Rise Greymon, just Evos for 3 on top of level 4 yellows. Your turn, while you have a suspended tamer, the Digimon gets plus 3,000 DP and gains piercing. When Digivolving / when attacking, by suspending one of your yellow tamers, one of your opponent's Digimon gets a minus 3,000 DP for the turn. Inherited, all turns once per turn, when one of your yellow or red tamers is deleted, place one Marcus Damon from your trash on top of your security stack. So
it doesn't even have to be the Marcus that dies. It could be any Marcus.
I actually don't hate this one. This one could go in Ruin Mode Turbo, because if you already have a BT12 Marcus on the field, you can Evo into this guy, suspend the Marcus, and use that to Evo into BT2 Shine. And if you have another BT12 Marcus, you just like combo up into a Ruin Mode. So this one is not bad. I would actually play this probably as like a 2 or 3 of.
I was gonna say, I think the biggest problem with it is it has no way of helping you play your tamers.
Yeah, that's a big issue I have with it. I think maximum I would play 2 of this card, but
I mean, I think they already gave you all the tamer playing for free the deck honestly needs.
No, we need more. Be quiet.
Give me an Agumon that does it.
I think I speak for everybody when I say, like, Marcus gets played for free enough.
So this guy is, if you're not using the rest of the line, this guy is 13k with piercing if you use both of his effects and swing over your opponent's Digimon. And then if you suspend BT13 Marcus, he's 16k with piercing, effectively.
That's pretty good for a level 5.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely the best card out of all of the Shine support we've seen so far, besides maybe the Ace.
Right.
I think I would run like 2 of him in Ruin Mode.
That's better than some decks can ask for. Some decks, they get a whole line, and it's still butts.
I mean, yeah, the rest of this line is just cheeks, though, like on the real. Like the Agumon's dog. Yeah. I'm curious what the Shine's going to look like. All right. Cubimon. When Digivolving, if you don't have a Rika, you may play one Rika from your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable, your turn once per turn. When you use an option card with cost 2 or more, one of your opponent's Digimon gains security attack -1 until the end of their turn.
It really helps the deck.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good that it plays the Rika for free, but other than that, like the Inheritable's kind of mid.
Yeah, agreed. The Inheritable is like, oh, I have no way to get rid of your Digimon, or the option card will just get rid of that Digimon, so what's the point of the security -1?
Yeah, it seems a little silly. Talmon has barrier. When Digivolving, you may use one option card with plugin in its name, or that's yellow from the hand with a cost reduced by 2. That's pretty good.
Having barrier is always nice.
Yeah, it doesn't maintain it though, unfortunately. Inheritable, when attacking once per turn, if the Digimon has Kuyumon in its name, you may use one option card with plugin in its name, or that's yellow from the hand with the cost reduced by 2.
If it would have been hand or trash, that would have been really good.
Well, a lot of the Kuyumons pick them up from trash.
They recycle it, but I'm saying like if you could double up on one.
That would be a little filthy.
Like that would be dirty. You could play like red plug-in, give him security check +1, swing, activate effect, use it from trash again.
Well, you could Evo into this guy, use red plug-in, then Evo into Kuyumon, pick the red plug-in back, and play it again.
And then do it again.
and then you
Okay,
could swing and then activate something else from your hand.
All right, I vibe.
Yeah, I mean,
And
these
then-
both seem pretty
and then
solid.
And then that stack would die, and then you'd go, oh no, I've got nothing but plug-in cards in my hand. What do I do from here?
Oops, all plugins.
Yep. Oops, I guess I just lose now because this deck is full of bricks. Oh well.
Yeah, just like Jessmon, but with options
Yeah,
instead of bodies.
literally, dude. The plugins are the sister mons of Sakuyamon.
I hate it for you guys.
Yeah,
All
for
you
real.
Sakuga stands.
You guys deserve better. Gallantmon.
I don't. They're a bunch of furries.
You know, I saw some people dogging on this Gallant. Chris, what is wrong with you?
I like this.
I saw some people dogging on this Gallant. I actually really like it.
Yeah, they were wrong, dude. This card's good. So Evo's for 3 memory on top of a red level 5, which only one other Gallantmon we've ever had can boast the same. That already
starter
makes
deck
it.
one?
Yes.
Okay.
And that already makes it a good card to me.
Yeah.
When digivolving / when attacking, not once per turn. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP or less. If this effect didn't delete, this Digimon gets plus 3,000 DP and gains blocker until the end of their turn. Your turn while you have 0 or less memory, this Digimon isn't affected by your opponent's effects.
Period.
This card is filthy. You can just Evo into this guy, blitz at their security,
And you're free.
He's going to be, if you proc both of these effects where it doesn't delete anything, he's 17,000 DP swinging at your opponent, and he's unaffected by their options.
Yeah, it's free. Free real estate.
Yeah. The only thing he's missing is a way to give him reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because him having blocker
I mean-
is cool, but like you're not really going to be utilizing that a lot unless you're on the back foot, I guess.
There's some red and black level 5s that can give you reboot, but like they're not the ground mons.
They
so
don't
it's
end
like,
in war.
They're not your
Grandmon.
sport, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this card's really good. It would definitely replace some number of your megas in the line. Like, I don't understand why people don't like this card.
Yeah. I
People
read it and I was like, oh, that's
were-
very strong.
People are actually very happy because they're like, oh, he's actually using his shield now because he has blocker, and it's like, okay. Yeah, I think this card's very good.
I love the artwork.
I mean,
of this
I don't-
card. I love how you can see Crimson Mode in the back.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Unless your opponent just doesn't have any Digimon on the board, you will most likely be blowing up their stuff because every other inheritable is gonna bump that up.
What's
Yeah.
really cool is also if you Evo into this guy to pass turn, your inheritables are going to buff his DP threshold, and it's not once per turn. So you Evo, blow something up that's big, and then blitz, and then blow something else that's big.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, very solid. Crimson Savior. Main, you may play one Gilmon or Takato from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Then place this card in the battle area. All turns when an opponent's level 5 or higher Digimon is played, delay. One of your Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Gallantmon in its name in the hand without paying the cost. Security, activate this card's main effect.
I mean, it's kind of a shame that you can't just do it from like a Guillaumon or something like that. It's gonna have to be a level 5.
I'm not that high on this card. Is this just me?
So
I mean, honestly, you're kind of using it just for that main effect.
it's really good just for the main effect, but also if you go into a Gallantmon and your opponent plays a level 5 or higher, you can just Evo into Crimson Mode for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is pretty nice because you have access to an ace card that you can also just have an option that lets you do it if your opponent is playing a deck that plays level 5s.
Oh, you're going
Some
into the
players
Demon
are
Lord matchup?
definitely.
Oh, sucks for you, I guess.
Yeah,
There's
some
Crimson
players
Mode.
will just walk right in. Will walk right into that.
Yeah. Also, this is all turns.
Yep.
So you could, like, let's say you're playing against Leviamon, you could bait them into triggering their
Leviamon.
Biting Crush, and then just delaying this with turn player priority and evoing into Crimson Mode for free and blowing up their Leviamon before its effect triggers.
Yup.
Boom.
I like this.
Yeah, I think it's a decent card. You would probably play it in some number.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
we move on, going back to the Gallantmon, all right, you Gallantmon stands, you finally get protection and you still complain. What more do you want?
Yeah.
All I'm saying.
I wish this was all turns while you have 0 or less memory.
I think that'd be too broken.
I don't think so. I think because yeah, whatever.
At that point, the only way to out it is raid.
In all seriousness, Gallantmon kind of needs something like that. They don't have any protection effects otherwise. Like, this is the
They have
first
nothing
protection
otherwise.
effect they've ever gotten.
Yeah, stop complaining about it. You got something, right?
Yeah, I think this card's decent. Obviously, the Megidramon just like dwarfs this guy as far as like being good, but this
Yeah.
is still a good card.
Yeah, still nice.
Yeah.
All right, proceed.
All right, so we have our first Parrotmon in the game.
Oh, we were just talking about this.
This one? No, that's not the.
No, I think those are all the photos for the promos. Where's the Parrotmon art? You have to scroll down. You have to scroll down.
Do I? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
right there.
Our first
Hey!
Parrotmon. Level 5. All right. Security. At the end of the battle, if you don't have a Digimon, play this card without paying the cost. It's a very interesting stipulation. On play, when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Inheritable all turns. Once per turn, when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, you may unsuspend this Digimon.
Okay.
Seems kind of mid.
I mean, yeah,
It's
it
a
seems
lore
like
card.
mid. We'd have
We'd
have to see the rest of the line.
I don't know
if
what you'd
there
play
is
this in
anymore.
because this is.
Right.
Oh.
I think
Like,
it's just
there'd have to
literally
be
one of those
more.
standalone cards they printed because it goes with the lore.
It looks like they might be trying to fit him in Ravamon.
Yeah,
So
I do appreciate how his trait is just a description,
Giant Bird.
just giant bird,
Giant Bird.
giant burb.
Yep.
Hilarious.
And then we have Tai Kamiya and Kari Kamiya.
Yeah.
Little infants
That is the
on there.
cutest card.
Yeah.
Little babies.
It's a white 3-cost tamer. All turns when you hatch in your breeding area. By suspending this tamer, gain 1 memory. End of your
okay.
turn, by returning this tamer to the bottom of the deck, draw 1. Then you may play 1 tamer card with Tai Kamiya or Kari Kamiya in its name from your hand without paying the cost. Security, play without paying the cost.
That's
I don't
pretty
know.
good.
I like that. That's pretty good.
I want it to have an alt art just so I can get the alt art of it. I want it for like collection.
It may or may not
I-
have one. There's not a guarantee on
It's
that
just
one.
a rare, but yeah,
Yeah.
they usually do pretty good at
I don't
getting
see any-
gamers alt arts.
I don't see any downsides really to playing this card. I mean,
I
mean,
what's the benefit?
It feels like you're kind of.
No, I agree.
It's a turn playing it out just for 1 memory and a free tamer later.
yeah.
I mean, you could play this in decks that let you play Tai Kamiyas for free. I don't think we have a card that lets you play Kari Kamiyas for free yet.
No, I think this is the first one.
But I don't know what the point of this card is.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, but why not just play the tie or the Kari instead of this?
Yeah.
I think what they should have done is this should have been a 2-cost.
I agree. It should have been a 2-cost tamer because I think it being 3 is just too much memory to invest
It's
in
a
something
little,
like
yeah, it's a
this.
little much.
Because at least at 2, you'd be like, okay, you justify it by saying it's actually a 1-cost because like you'll gain a memory when you hatch, and then you're basically playing a 4-cost tamer for free, which is like really good. But the fact that this is a 3, it's like you might as well spend
thing
the
is,
1 extra memory and play the 4-cost tamer.
You're going memory for memory with it, because you're paying the 3 just so you can have 1 memory later. Like it's a whole thing. Like,
And then you can, if you want, bot deck at the end of your turn to draw an extra card.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like, what's the
I mean, I guess it gives
benefit
you
of
2
that?
extra resources plus a free tamer.
But
Gives you an
yeah,
extra memory
I
and
think
extra draw.
this being a 2-cost would have been way better.
Yeah, I don't see this going into decks.
Yeah.
Like cards like Cool Boy get way bigger and way better than this card, and that's a 2-cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Speaking
I
of
would've heard
2-cost
this being a 2-cost.
Speaking of 2-cost cards that are broken,
Miraculous Ultimate Knight.
Oh my god, it's just a straight picture of the movie. I love
I
it.
love it.
2-cost red blue option. Main, you may play 1 Agumon or Gabumon from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Then place this card in the battle area. All turns, one of your level 6 Digimon with the Greymon or Garurumon in its name would leave the battle area other than in battle. Delay. That Digimon and Digimon card in the hand may DNA Digivolve into a card with Omnimon in its name. Security, you may play 1 card with Tai Kamiya or Madashida in its name from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Then add this card to the hand.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So shout out to Bandai for giving Altares support. Let's go.
No, hear me out, guys. Okay, look at that card and look at all that text. Now go back to that Tai and Kari. One costs more than the other.
That is true, yes. This is
Yeah.
clearly way better and it only costs 2 memory.
Why is this only 2 memory and not something like 4?
This is busted in Alter S. I just want to say, like, this is
Why does this not
100%.
cost 4?
This is 100% Alter S support.
Oh yeah, we'll get to even more of that later.
Yeah, this is going to be amazing. Like, the deck that they're currently designing for
crazy.
BT17 for regular Omnimon seems to be kind of underwhelming, but this is really good Alter S support.
All right, now these are all the promos that we already saw the photos
Okay,
of
so
above.
Flame Dramon, which is this promo, which looks pretty cool.
Yeah, all these promos have really nice art.
Yeah, they do.
I hate how you have to scroll just to read it, though.
Yeah, Evos on Vmon for 2, Armor Purge and Raid. Your turn once per turn when the Digimon attack target is switched, your opponent adds a top card of a security stack to the hand.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So that's pretty nasty. So you just swing, Raid, add top card of security, and then you Armor Purge. Seems pretty strong.
That's pretty good.
Vidramon on play / when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card with Vidramon in its name, 1 Blue Tamer card among to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Inheritable at your turn once per turn. When Digimon becomes unsuspended, gain 1 memory.
Oh, that's really good. That's like
support.
that's finally another Vidramon you can play alongside BT11.
Yep, it would be another one you could actually play as a 4 of and feel good about it.
Yeah, 'cause the other
Don't
ones we
worry,
have are
guys.
kinda
All
weird.
these
Look at that adorable
Don't worry, guys.
little fatty right there.
all these cards are going to be like $40 to $50.
Yeah, because you only get one in a box.
Is it borderline playable? $100. I don't know, maybe someone from Bandai watches the pod and they were like, "Oh my god, that's a good idea."
You mean we can make money off that? No, the secondary market will.
You can do that. Digivolves or Mama Tyramon. Evos on top of a level 4 with Mamimon or Tyrannomon in name for 3 memory. Has collision and blocker. All turns once per turn. When opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, you may unsuspend this Digimon. Rule name also treated as having Mamimon or Tyrannomon. And then inheritable all turns once per turn. When an opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, you may unsuspend this Digimon. And that is...
It's kind of weird. This
I
card is
believe,
also an X antibody.
this card.
Yeah.
That's a really weird art.
I think this is a Tyrannomon right here.
I don't know how I feel about this
sitting
art.
on the front of the card.
Is this the underside of a Tyrannomon?
Yeah, we're straight up looking at a Tyranno Gooch.
That's what I think.
I don't know.
I think we're looking at
I hate this. I hate this art.
Like, this is cool until you realize what this is.
Yeah, I don't like this art at all.
And I don't know what this is then. Is this another one?
That's his tail.
Oh, it's his tail. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see it.
The way it's like wrapping around.
Yes, that's Defo Gooch. You're correct, yes.
I don't like this art.
Alright.
I need an adult.
Falcomon.
They're kind of weird.
Evils on top of Pinamon for 0. On play, suspend one of your opponent's level 6 or lower Digimon. Then, by placing this Digimon as the bottom evolution card of one of your Digimon with Ravamon in its name, that Digimon may attack an opponent's Digimon. Inheritable, on deletion, when this Digimon is deleted other than in battle, your opponent trashes 1 card in their hand. That is...
that's good support for them.
Yeah, this little guy here. I like this card art.
I think they'll actually appreciate having more playable Falcomons.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty nice. You can clear the bodies potentially. Yeah, deck's still pretty bad, but it's a step in the right direction. Alright, Leomon X Antibody. Evils on top of Leomon for 0. On play / when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP for the turn. All turns while Leomon or X Antibody is in this Digimon's evolution cards, this Digimon gains blocker and fortitude. Inheritable, on deletion, recover +1.
Oh, that's really good.
Is, I believe... Nope.
He's the guy up top, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It's cool, this card's really good because it gives all the other...
immediately.
Yeah. I mean,
it also gives you the option to play X Antibody as an actual part of the deck, not just because, I want my Heavy Leo to have his fortitude again.
I was gonna say, I think it makes all the other Leomon cards better than Heavy Leomon, because the Inheritable is like one of the best parts of this thing, giving stuff fortitude. But like Heavy Leomon's already got fortitude, so
Well, no, the inheritable doesn't give fortitude.
Yeah, the inheritable is not.
He has fortitude.
That's his all turns effect when he has X antibody Leomon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is straight up heavy Leo support.
Yeah.
His inherited lets you recover.
Yeah.
Oh, lets you recover.
Non-stipulation recovery, which is pretty nice.
Oh yeah. This is a great card then.
Yeah, this is clearly heavy Leo support.
Oh, for sure.
Cool art.
I was trying to. I thought I was listening.
You were close. Mega Kabuterimon eagles on top of level 4 with Insectoid trait for 3 memory. Has Evade. All turns while Digimon is suspended, it isn't affected by the effects of your opponent's Digimon. Inherited.
Oh, great. This is $100.
Inherited. All turns once per turn with Digimon. Deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle. Trash a top card of your opponent's security stack.
I'm sorry.
That's really good for them.
Yeah, and guess what? This card's going to be $1 million because everyone wants green Insectoids to be a good deck, but half their cards are like promos and stuff like that they need to play in the deck, and it's impossible to get any of them.
Yep. This guy having Evade and then having that all turns protection effect is kind of nuts.
This is going to be a $100 card.
Yes, Brandon.
Why is this Mega Kabuterimon a shiny?
Is that a different color?
He's blue.
What color is he normally?
Red.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is a shiny Mega Kabuterimon.
No, it's not really a thing. If you zoom in, no. If you zoom in on there,
his
there's
chest
some red in there.
I wonder if it's probably just an alternate color thing. Digimon does.
No, there's well, I was gonna say, isn't there a Mega Kabuterimon who's like blue and red?
Probably.
Well, yeah, it's right here. We're looking at it.
No, he's right there. Like the virus form.
Yeah, but this is a data.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I scrolled down specifically to look at that. Oh, is this the virus version? No, it's data.
Well,
that card's gonna be the chase card out of all of these, I think.
The Evade
I don't know, the Leomon
with
X.
the all turns protection is really nasty.
The Leomon X, I agree, Brandon. But
every single one of these cards,
you don't
playable.
Agreed, but you don't
underestimate the armor purge stands, the Vmon stands. They're gonna want both the Digimon and the Flamedramon.
Brandon, people are clamoring for that Insectoid deck to.
People are clamoring for all of these except for Ravemon. I'm sorry, you guys.
Yeah,
your
that's
deck's
true.
still
Yeah, that's true.
You pull the Falcomon, you feel bad.
Yeah, the Falcomon's the opposite of the chase card.
I'm pulling that Tyrannomon card, and I'm gonna feel like I got violated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Tyranno too. That's kind of bad.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Brent, we just talked about it, and you forgot about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'd still rather pull it over the Falcomon.
Trains.
Yeah, agreed. The trains.
Locomon. All turns, once per turn, when an attack target is switched, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Place 1 Parasitemon or 1 black level 5 or lower Digimon card among them as Digimon's bottom resolution card. Trash the rest. All turns, when one of your Digimon's effects adds to this Digimon's resolution cards, this Digimon may Digivolve into Ground Locomon in the hand without paying the cost. Inheritable, your turn while this Digimon has the machine trait, it gains Collision.
Man, I thought this was low-key going to be pretty good Machine Dramon support, but then I kept reading it, and I was like,
Until you looked at the trait as well.
Yeah.
It's a cyborg.
I was like,
Or it's not a cyborg, I should say. It's a machine. Yeah, it does read like a Machine Dramon support until you read it.
But it's its own thing.
Yeah. I mean,
any black and red or black level 5, or hell, even black or red level 5, that has any bit of little metal on it, like on the card art itself, it's like, is that metal? That's Machine Dramon support.
That's Machine Dramon support.
No, but it's apparently its own thing. Ground Locomon has piercing. On play / when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Place 1 level 5 or lower black Digimon card among them as its Digimon's bottom evolution card. Trash the rest. End of attack once per turn. Cool. You may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card with the machine trait from the Digimon's evolution cards without paying the cost.
Oh, so you're just playing your trains underneath it to put your trains on the board.
So you're
put
going
more trains underneath.
You're going choo-choo.
Put more trains on the board.
Yes.
Oh my god, they're literally taking Machine Dramon doing that with trains, but instead of like you building one Digimon, you're swarming them with trains.
Swarming them with
Swarming them
trains.
with trains.
All the trains.
That's hilarious. I now understand the meme.
What is this deck? What
I now
This is the second wave of support for this deck. Technically, we got to ground Locomon and EX2, I believe.
Bro,
Yeah.
hold on. What is? I want to know. It must be from the movie because there's the Frontier
Tamers.
movie.
Yeah, no, the Tamers.
Yeah. Oh, Tamers. But where does
That's
the
where
Parasite mod come from?
Yeah, like Parasite
Is
Mon.
that-
Okay, don't quote me on this. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Parasite Mon takes over the train, and they have to fight the train.
Was he good before the Parasitemon took him over?
Probably.
Yeah.
He's a Data, so that means he was good, right?
Oh my god.
No.
I'm not gonna lie, if this deck turns out to be like any bit of like decent, I want to play this deck.
Yeah.
There's more.
This
by the
seems
way.
like
There's more trains coming.
yeah.
I mean, the Parasitemon, I think, lets you unsuspend, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you could swing.
Oh,
End of attack
I
once
can't
per
wait.
turn, sad, but
Oh, it's once per turn.
I can't wait to play.
Still.
I can't wait to play trains.
You and everybody else
gonna
in the
run a
Facebook group.
train on you.
Oh,
Alright.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
About to
run
run a
this
train on you. All right, so we have PAL promo. Rule name also treated as Pulsemon. Then why'd you
Just
call it?
Pulsemon.
Why'd you call it PAL? Evil's on
Why
top of
does his arm
B-
look like that?
Evil's on top of BBmon for 0.
What's that
when
man
attack-
doing to make that arm look like that?
I don't know. That looks very weird.
That's a good question.
I can't tell what's happening.
What that pal doing?
When attacking once per turn by placing one level 4 card with Pulsemon in its text from your hand as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, activate one of that card's when Digivolving effects as an effect of this Digimon. Your turn while you have a tame, this Digimon gets plus 3000 DP.
Why
What
even
do
make this
you
card?
do?
Why even make this card? Just call this Pulse X and then have it do that same effect.
That's so silly.
What is it, pal? What is this card? Someone at Bandai was like, "Oh
You
my
think
god,
Bandai saw
they're gonna
Pal
love
World
this."
and was like, "Hey, we'll get some of that."
Yeah.
Branch, shut up. We have trains on the screen now. Okay.
Trailmon. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add one Tamer card or one Digimon card with a machine trait among them to the hand. Trash the rest. Inheritable, your turn. Once Digimon has a machine trait, it gains collision.
Let's go, train.
That's hilarious for this
Trains.
deck.
You could actually play this in Machine Digimon if you wanted.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
You could play this.
Dude, the fact that this deck is trains and it makes you stand on the tracks because it gives everybody collision.
This
I
is
didn't
the best
think
meme
about
deck
that.
ever.
Yeah, this is such...
Everyone's foot is getting stuck on the tracks and they're being run over by
Yep.
trains.
This would be
That's
very fun to
awesome.
play with because like
Yeah,
when you pop
yeah.
off, it would feel so satisfying.
You know what I love about it too? This is just something I thought of. So the first card, the Locomon, level 5, says when an attack target is switched, you can straight up play Zubamon and give this deck raid
You could.
to trigger
Yeah.
your own effects.
Well,
Oh, no.
So collision triggers your effects for you because it turns all your opponent's Digimon into blockers and forces them to block if able.
That's right.
So you don't even need
Yeah,
raid.
yes, you don't even need it.
But
thought I was-
trains Sean, we gotta run these trains on people.
I'm tempted, dude. I think we should both play it that way. We can run train on people.
Oh my
We're getting run train on locals, dude.
No,
Let's
hear me
go.
out. Your opponent sits down, and then Chris sits down next to you and goes, "All right, we're running a train on you," and it's both of you versus him.
Like we're about to Eiffel Tower you, bro. Prepare yourself. All right, so we finally got our Agumon and Gabumon that we were pretty sure we were gonna get, despite Brandon's skepticism.
We're not getting level, so
You
which
keep
feels sad.
saying that like it's gonna be true. We don't know that.
That's adorable. This art is amazing.
Yeah, this Agumon art goes hard. Evil's on top of Koromon for 0. Evil's on top of red or blue for 0. So that's pretty nice. Start of your main phase. If you have a Tamer with Tai Kamiya in its name, return one card with Garurumon, Greymon, or Omnimon in its name from your trash to the hand. Inheritable, end of your turn, this Digimon and one of your other Digimon may DNA Digivolve into a Digimon card in your hand.
Unfortunately, its main effect isn't like the greatest, but that you're gonna be playing this for the inheritable.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. The main effect is kind of mid, but I mean, if you are playing this
Mm-hmm.
BT17 Omnimon deck, you probably will need it.
I think the way that we're probably going to build the deck is you run a couple copies of each of your opposite card in just a tribal version of the deck right now. Like if you're running Garu tribal, you probably run a couple of this Agumon, a couple of the options, and then the Omnimon.
Maybe.
Oh, and the Wargreymon, of course.
This deck seems kind of like we still don't have the entire deck yet. Like there's clearly
Yeah.
more to be leaked. This deck just
There better
seems
be.
like what we thought, which is you promote a Gabumon,
Warp it.
warp it or hard play the other guy.
Hard play the other one.
Hard play the other guy. Warp
warps it.
warp the other one, and then end of turn DNA into Omni. So it's like Alter S, but you're like skipping all of the other steps.
Which I'm just not a fan of.
It's like a
not to
4-card
mention,
combo as opposed to like a
these cards,
9-card combo.
These cards can't even be used in Alter S
No, they can't, unfortunately.
because you can't Evo on top of them.
Which Alter S doesn't need an end of turn DNA effect anyway, because we already have one in
That'd
our
be nice.
Megas. It would be nice though, because then you could
Because then
have a
you can
stack and
trigger
then
your
just
Megas
hard
effects.
play.
Well, I was gonna say you could trigger your Megas effects. You could be like,
True.
all right, Evo into Crest, Crest Evo into Blitz, Blitz D-Evo all your stuff. Oh, turns passing, DNA Alter S.
Mm-hmm.
Get screwed.
And then we have Gabumon. Evil's on top of Sunamon for
Boo.
0, or red or blue for 0. Start of your
Check 'em
main
out.
phase. If you have a tamer with Matt Ashita in its name, draw 1, and then your heritable is same thing as Agumon.
So at least this actually works in Gabu Tribal.
Yeah, you could actually play this in Gabu Tribal and not feel bad about it.
Yeah.
So what I could do is I could just play normal Gabu Tribal, cut my Omnis for the Ace Omni, and then just run a couple copies of Wargreymon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, but are you gonna play it better, Brandon?
I mean,
Is it even
Are
your
you gonna be
favorite
able to-
Digimon?
Are you gonna be
I
able
don't
to
know,
win
guys.
harder?
I am Potato, therefore I bad.
That is how it
Yep.
goes. All right. Then we have Eosmon.
Oh God.
A level 4. Evil's on top of Morphemon for 2 memory. Otherwise, there's an Evil on top of anything for anything.
Nice.
When Digivolving, if it's your turn, you may play 1 white tamer with a play cost of 4 or less. If it's your turn, okay, whatever. Or 1 level 5 or lower Eosmon from your hand by paying 2 cost. If this effect played, your opponent may play 1 tamer card from their hand without paying the cost. Inheritable, opponent's turn once per turn.
So
When an
it's
opponent
bad.
Digimon attacks, you may switch the attack target to one of your Eosmons.
Okay, why do they keep doing this with Eosmon?
They want you to put
I mean,
tamers on the field.
How many level 4s did we just read where it's like, okay, you can play a tamer, and then this one's like, okay, you can play a tamer, but your opponent gets to play one too.
Also, you have to pay memory.
Yeah, I don't. Whatever.
Yeah. Level 5 Eosmon. I'm sure all the Eosmon stands are excited. Evil's on top of level 4 Eosmon for 3 memory. Otherwise, does not Evo. On play / when Digivolving, your opponent may play 1 tamer card from their hand without paying the cost.
Oh my god.
If they don't, you may play 1 white tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less from your hand without paying the
Oh.
cost. Then de-Evo 1 of your opponent's Digimon for every 2 tamers.
Whoa!
That's pretty nasty. So
I still don't like it.
inheritable opponent's turn once per turn. When opponent's Digimon attacks, you may switch the attack target to one of your Eosmon. So the effects of on play / when Digivolving, you always get to de-Evo 1 for one of your opponent's Digimon. You always get to de-Evo 1 of your opponent's Digimon for every 2 tamers.
Yeah, you just get extra if they have more tamers.
Yeah. But like this last sentence always triggers or
Procs.
activates.
Yeah, I just don't like the idea of giving your opponent free resources. Like, I get it, like, their tamers also make it to where your tamers don't really do anything.
It's really weird.
But if I'm just killing you, what does it matter if my tamer can't unsuspend?
Yeah, if I'm playing a tamer reliant deck and you let me play my tamers for free and speed my deck up for me, If I
Is there a way? Is there a way for them to suspend your tamers for you?
Yes, I think the new Manoa.
Was that the level 6 or something?
The level 6 might do it, but I think the new Manoa also did it as well. Let me go back.
Yeah, I'm scrolling.
We're wasting too much time on Eosmon. Why are we still talking about this?
We're
You're
coping
not
for some
wrong.
reason. We're just curious how
No,
bad
you're
these are.
you're never gonna play this deck.
Oh yeah, I'm
I
definitely
mean,
not.
I need to know because like there are people that are locals who might play this deck.
No, you don't, Brand. Because guess what'll happen? He'll play his card, and you'll kill him, and then he'll be like, "Well, if I could have done this, I would have won."
So the new Manoa keeps them from getting their tamers on play effects.
And then the old Manoa makes it to where if they suspend, they can't unsuspend.
Yeah, if you have an Eosmon in play.
It's so lame.
It is.
I expected better.
It is a little lame. Moving on to comment questions. We have a few, and as always, if you would like your comments answered, or questions answered, ask them in this comment section, and we'll answer them next week. So let me just pull up the questions. First question from Watchtower Gaming 5285. Is Chris and Brandon's internet powered by a potato? The answer is yes. 100%.
I'd like to let you know, the potato cooked. It became a baked potato. That's why our internet went out. I had to go out there, switch out the potatoes. That's why we haven't had any problems today.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we actually moved to a 2 potato rig right now. We're considering maybe 3 potato. So.
User WY5EX1ZS7Y said, at what point does the podcast get renamed to Ruin Mode for Game?
Never. If well, it's Sean's channel. He can name it whatever he wants. Me and Brandon are just here for the fun. But Omni4Game is just such a ruin mode for game is that's not a thing. Like you can ruin mode someone.
You don't show someone ruin mode and say the game's over. It sort of is, but it's not actually
it's
over.
Not what
like there's still turns
the
to be had.
Right. Omni4Game is iconic. I feel like Omni4Game is something because even that Omnimon still gets played today.
We have been Omni4Gaming people since BT5.
Yes.
Yeah, you just show them it, and it's like, okay, game's over. Like it's just like,
it's actually for game.
Yeah. So that's just everyone's been Omni4Game. Not everyone's been ruin moded for game.
Yeah, I have no intentions of changing the podcast name.
As funny as that is.
Yes, that was fun. I chuckled when I read that. Crimson35124 asked, any thoughts on World Tours finals as Japan the past weekend? If you guys saw it, obviously we talked about that earlier. So thank you for that question.
It was the whole topic.
I'd like to get everyone's reaction to that too, on like what we think about it too in the comments section.
Yeah,
they agree with us that there shouldn't be a time limit.
Yeah.
What are y'all? Let us know what you guys think.
That?
And does it justify a side deck?
Yes.
Yes. And how do you feel about side decks? Because I know a lot of people really hated the idea of having side decks or mulligans. And
if they introduce a side deck, you have to increase the round time limit.
You would have to increase it by about 5 minutes at least.
Yeah, I would say 5 minutes.
Which isn't that much. I mean, it would turn a 45-minute match into a 15-minute match.
I mean, I know I'm just putting Matt Sora and Delicate Plan in my Melga deck.
My side deck would depend on what deck I was playing, but yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have the Impact 626 asked, curious to know how you guys organize your binders bulk with all the event pack promos, tournament stuff.
That's the neat part. We don't. We're very bad about this.
Yeah, you guys
we have boxes upon boxes of bulk, and if it's from a specific set, it's just in that box. Like, we started going through and separating it by color, bare minimum, but that's a lot of work. And we are 15 plus sets in. Real hard to keep up with. Definitely something we should have done when we first started, but
I told you guys from day one how to organize your collection.
Yeah, we are in a little deep.
Yeah, it will take
and
you
it is just
days to organize it correctly.
promos. They're just in there.
Yeah, so
You'll be going through your bulk and just like, oh hey, here's a training card. All right, set that aside.
my answer differs from them. I'm slightly more organized. So my bulk is not as organized as I'd like it to be, but what I do is I save some of the boxes from the case I open, and I put all the commons and uncommons in those boxes, and then put those boxes in the box that the case came in. Yeah. And then I have all of those boxes stacked in a corner of my room. And so anytime I want to look through my bulk for a certain card from a certain set, I just grab that set box, like that case.
That's smart.
And then pull those boxes out and just go through them one by one.
The problem is,
and I have my rares separated from that.
Yeah, the problem is when we first started playing this game, there were 4 of us playing it. It was in this house, in the house that me and Brandon live in. There were 4 of us playing the game, so all of us were buying anywhere from between 2 to 3 boxes. So like our early sets, we have like a lot of those sets, and then eventually now it's just me and Brandon.
Yeah. We were very fortunate at the beginning to do that because it meant for set 1.0, we ended up with like almost a full case.
Yeah.
So that was very cool.
So now that it's just me and Brandon, we normally each buy anywhere between 2 and 3 boxes a piece. So that's still 4 to 6 boxes, and not everyone does that. And most of the time, it's not because we're like, oh, we want the cards in there. We could just buy the individuals, to be honest, but it's the opening of the packs and going through the cards and stuff like that. That's like half. Yeah, that's like half the fun. So
unless you open up a green alt like me.
My best suggestion is to organize it right there on the spot, like as you're opening and stuff.
As you're getting the cards.
Yeah, as you're getting the cards, do it there. Just do it right then and there. You don't have to worry about it. Our local card shop sells those big white boxes. That's what we buy, and that's what we put our cards in. I've organized. Brandon has too, but anytime I go and organize one of those boxes, it takes hours.
It takes a long time.
Hours to do one box. Yep. And sometimes I just don't want to sit there and do that the entire day.
Yeah, we have like 8 boxes out of there, and I think we've only organized like 5.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But it took.
We even have a Brandon box. We have a Brandon box because he would literally just leave cards on the table because he's like, I need to know where these cards are because he was always using them. So now we have a dedicated Brandon box that he knows where it is. So now, in there.
Now I know, hey, I need this card because I want to make this slight adjustment to my deck. It's in that box.
Because I'm a little, my undiagnosed ADHD, I like to go and keep things cleaned up. So I would see those cards, pick them up, and then put them in one of the
random box. I don't know where that's at anymore.
Brandon would go, where are these cards at? I needed those. So I was like, how was I supposed to know that? It's just random cards laying there. So he got his own little box to put his cards in there.
Yeah.
All right. So how I organize my binders, which is I have a playset of every card. If I own it, I have it stored in its appropriate binder. I have binders for each set. BT1, 2, 3, all the way to 15.
By the way, Sean, sorry to interrupt, but I agree with you on that Beelzemon binder. What the hell were they doing not making that a 4-page?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's silly to have a binder for this game that you designed and it's a 3-row binder.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a beautiful binder. I'm sad that it's not a 4-row binder.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I was like, you do know that you guys have 4 your max copies is 4.
Yeah. Then I have my EX sets, EX1 and 2. Because they're smaller sets, they can fit in one binder. So it's EX1, EX2, then EX3, EX4. Then I have a binder just for the promos. All of this is in order of the set. And then starter decks. The one I grabbed is starter deck 1 through starter deck 10. And this is an example of what the page looks like.
Very clean.
Yeah, it's a playset of the cards and they're in order. So if I ever need to find a card, I know exactly where it's at. I can just look because they're all labeled and they're in a bookshelf to my right. And then I have Starter Deck 12. Ford is another binder, obviously.
I think it would be a lot easier if it was just like with you, Sean, it's just you. But since it's me and Brandon, and it used to be more of us.
Oh yeah, it would be impossible.
It just got out of control.
Because it's now even bad with me.
Yeah,
because
with
like,
our binders,
like I have cards that I've pulled out, like because this was back really before we were using the sim and stuff to play test. And like I have stacks of cards that are pulled out that I haven't put back in the binders yet, just because it's honestly very time consuming to do that. But I do need to do that at some point.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, our binders, we have them sorted by colors, not like by set. So like,
I told you guys you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I know, and it's like it'll be red, blue, green, black, purple, yellow, etc., etc. So
it seems appealing at first until you realize the card game is always gonna have more cards.
Yeah,
and I told you guys you should have organized it by sets, so that way you'd never have to reorganize that set.
Yep.
Oh, and also for like, this person was also asking about like event pack and promos and tournament stuff. If I have whatever the highest rarity of the card I own, that is what goes in the collection binder. And then I just put the lower rarity stuff. I either sell it or trade it or just have it in my bulk if it's not worth anything. I only have the highest rarity stuff like in the binder if I have it.
I have a dedicated binder to just my Gabumon cards.
Of course you do. Is it stored in your anus?
At all times.
So hopefully that answered his
binder.
Yeah. So hopefully that answered his question. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
Highly recommend Quadro binders, not the brand, but like 4-row binders for this game because playsets are 4. As you know,
that's not obvious.
Yeah, my entire collection is 4-row binders because a 3-row binder would be awful to try to organize a collection.
It looks dumb.
Yeah. I don't know, Chris. You want to go through and start doing bulks now that we're on day shifts?
Yeah, we could probably get back to it.
Yeah,
yeah, with two of you doing it, it wouldn't be that bad. With me, it's just me.
Yeah. I mean, we also had my wife helping because she likes organizing stuff like that.
Dude, so at one point I was using I forget what I did, but I had to go back and take out my sets and put them into a new binder. And the process of doing that for like because this was like a couple years ago, like 3 or 4 sets took me like basically all day. Because I was pulling every single
pain.
Yeah. I mean, I just like listened to something in the background while I was doing it, and like
a pod or something like that.
It was kind of soothing to do it, but when I was done, I saw how much time it took, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys are struggling to organize your binder, right? Just throw on the pod and start doing it. Just do it. Just go out there and start doing it. That's always the hardest part. The hardest part of doing something is starting it.
Yeah,
once you're in it, you're in it. Just go for it.
That's that executive dysfunction of ADHD. Is starting it is the hardest part.
Yeah. I do cosplays, and honestly, the hardest part is starting it. I'll have the idea in my head, I'll be cooking, I'll be getting everything ready, but then just going out to my garage and actually just starting to work on it is the hardest step. Once you're out there, you're good.
Also, there was another question that I almost forgot. David Williford 5757 asked, "What is the strat for Ruin Mode Turbo versus Quartzmon?" I did.
Whoever stalls the game harder.
Yeah, I did answer him in the comments, but the honest answer is it's kind of difficult if you don't have enough tamers and BT12 shine in your hand to out it. So I told him I've been testing some Wyvern's Breaths in the deck, and I cut into my rookies and my champions, and I'm considering cutting down on BT13 Marcus, and I'm actually, I think, going to be playing some number of memory boost cards as well as Wyvern's Breaths, just because I've noticed I don't ever lose games because I'm missing a tamer. I lose games because I'm missing a level. So I think I might just switch the training cards for memory boost cards. As bad as it's going to feel to bot deck tamers, I'm at least going to be able to play the game.
Yeah, you're not
Right.
just auto losing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, when you were talking about it the other week, you went what 2-2 or something like that.
Mhm.
And those games you lost were because you just could not play.
Yeah, I just like I lost to myself. Like it didn't matter what my opponent was playing. Like I was not going to be able to play the game.
Yeah, I think that's a smart thing to test out.
Yeah,
If you want to test it, let me know. I'll play with you.
Okay, well I might hit you up at some point.
I'm off tomorrow as well, so
Okay, I might
Yay.
hit you up tomorrow then. Yeah, I am. What you?
yeah, it's 2024,
Yeah, what you gonna say about it?
huh?
Nothing.
Coming
I'm
from the two
celebrating
people
it.
over
I'm
here.
Would you like
I'm
to
waiting
get
for-
canceled?
Yeah,
I'm waiting for
two
the
people you're
banner to
talking
come down
to-
and say congratulations.
The two people you're talking to are the only two that are married, huh? Yeah,
Yeah.
Ryan, you don't even
Yeah.
wear your wedding ring. Where is it at? Show your hands.
it's around my
your wedding ring
wife's.
on your hand.
It's on my wife's neck.
Is that where
Yeah,
your
she
fingers
wears it as a
go
necklace.
when she doesn't cook dinner the right way?
No, it just-
Okay.
We're back at it. Brandon somehow
I
an
told
abusive
you.
husband.
All right.
I
In the
like my
podcast,
crust
Brandon,
cut off my sandwiches.
I
I've
told
drank
you.
too much water. Okay. Some of us.
I know that feel, dude. Say
Yeah.
less.
I did down an entire bottle while we were going through this. So the recap.
I might not make it there. I might not. My bathroom's right there. I might not make it.
Just go, man.
No.
Yeah, just go. I'm setting
gotta
up
be
the.
I
Yeah, I'm setting up.
I
the,
gotta be here for the team.
Oh, I meant pee himself. I did not mean.
Yeah,
I did not
I
mean
know.
just
I'm
get up
going
and go to
to.
the bathroom. I just watched Dumb and Dumber for the first time in like years.
You
Oh,
watch
the
Dumb
bathroom
and Dumber, but
scene.
you haven't seen. Okay.
I haven't seen what?
Like Dune.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour movie. I don't care. It looks stupid.
Oof. Such a dumb reason not to see that movie. It's cinema.
It's the reason why I
I
never saw
missed-
Avatar.
I
It was
miss
like 3
I miss
hours.
the
I'm not
old-
making that commitment. Pass.
I miss the old days of just dumb comedies with like Will Ferrell.
Yeah, he got old, man. What do you expect?
I don't know.
Anyways, we watched Dumb and Dumber, and that's what it made me think of because they were driving into Aspen on the little, like, tiny little bike. And he's like, I really got to pee. He's like, just go, man.
Just go.
And then he gets off the bike and he's frozen to him.
Ugh.
Such a classic comedy.
And then they went and ruined it by making the second one.
No. They went and ruined it by making the actual
Third?
sequel, which is the third one. The prequel was like okay, but also pretty bad. But it wasn't as bad as like the third one, which was them coming back being like 50 years old doing the same
50
stuff.
years older.
Yeah, it was. I actually forgot that existed until you just reminded me, and now I'm a little sad.
Yep.
Now I'm sad.
Sweet. Good job, boys.
Good
I
job.
actually didn't stumble over that one this time. Nice.
You didn't. Good job.
All right. I'm running to the bathroom, boys. Wish me luck.
All right, deuces.
All right. Bye.